Grace and peace, everybody. Happy Wednesday. We are back. You saw the thumbnail. You saw the title. You know what we're about to do. It's our watch party, y'all. Let's get ready to have some fun. We got a lot to watch today. All right. Yes. Don't even worry about it. Do not even worry. Have no fear. We will be looking at the Erica Kurt on Fox News. I think it's Fox and Friends or whatever this morning. We will be looking at that. So have no fear. Just make sure you jump into the best live chat on the internet. Go ahead and say what's up to your people. Hit that like button. Go on and drop your like number. All that kind of good jazz. Do me a favor. I want to talk real quick, just real quick. You know what? Hold on. Pause. Let me shout out to my people up in here. Shout out to the best live chat on the internet. I appreciate y'all jumping up in here. Y'all have been flooding the place, man. Good. What's going on, Calvary? Oh, hey, I need to talk about that. Darn it. I did not pull that video up. I thank you so much. I didn't even see that, Tracy. I need to pull that up. I need to get that ready. Grace and peace to you, friend. How are you? Thank you, Amethyst Angel. Did you see Erica Kurt? Absolutely. I got it queued up. We are going to watch something else first, but we got Erica Kurt ready. Don't you worry. Have no fear. Have no fear. Let me make sure I got my little window open so mods can send me the links, keep me posted, keep me on track. Okay, they got me. We are playing bingo, by the way, so if the mods could drop Candy Rock Bingo in the chat, we can go over that as well. Shout out for sure. Ready for tonight, especially after Erica was on Fox. She definitely 100% called out Candace. You know, that was good. It was fantastic. I needed to hear that. I think most of us wanted to hear that. Shout out to her for sure. What's going on, Dolce? How are you? What's up to my peoples? How are you, Monica? Thank you so very much for hitting that like button. Absolutely. Erica on her YouTube channel posted her response and put Candace in her thumb. Ooh, who's Erica? What you talking about? What you talking about? Candace went to mass yesterday. I wonder what her priest thinks of her vile behavior. I would love for the Catholic representatives to kind of chime in. I would love. You know, hey, if I was wilding out, y'all would be calling the General Assembly on me. PCA, you would call my pastor on me. So I would love to hear what is her priest, parish, whatever. What do they think about her behavior? Her priest is probably a fair rate of her too. Well played. Well played indeed. Well, I guess we can expect some kind of rant and retaliation today. Oh, there's no question whatsoever. No question whatsoever. I know that, and I don't know it, but I can say that pretty clearly because she has not put up. Wait. She put up her stream. She's going at 5:15. Perfect. And she got Eric on the thumb. Let us go. We know it's going to be hot time in the city. Shout out to all who just found out about the channel. Thank you to everybody who's jumping in. All right. What I want to do real quick is I want to bring in somebody who really explained what is the problem with dealing with people on the left. We've all seen it. We've all been victim of it. You just can't get them to understand. You just can't get them to see what it is that you're trying to show them. You're trying to show them something. You have proof. You have evidence. You tell them to go to this website. You give them the evidence, and they still don't get it. Well, shout out to Eric July. He's a independent comic book creator, and he explained this masterfully. It's a very quick video, and yes, we will bring in Erica in a moment, but let's go ahead and talk about this. What did Eric say? Green hearts in the chat when you can hear.
You've watched my videos over the years. You know that I've advised you on multiple occasions to not even bother really engaging or attempting to engage in a legitimate substantive dispute, debate with a leftist. And this is coming from someone that used to do this often, even on my own channel. And the reason why I would say that is because if you're entering into this debate with the intention that you're going to maybe change this person's mind, you're not often, because again, they make it impossible, quite literally impossible to argue with them, because their very foundation is not rooted in reality and oftentimes rooted in some level of idealism. I'll explain this after you watch this particular clip. This comes from Jennifer Welch. Just listen in on this.
It's wild how rural America, like they believe that land, votes, and they don't understand that they're being taxed at a higher rate than somebody like Jeff Bezos or Elon Musk, who I want to remind everybody that's against immigration is a fucking immigrant. I just think it's really important that we remind everybody all the time that Elon Musk is a fucking immigrant that doesn't pay taxes, who is a parasite off the American taxpayer.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to just stop for a second. I am going to back that up again because I really want you to hear what she said. And sometimes you have to process it twice. You got to hear it twice sometimes. So, Elon Musk doesn't pay taxes. Elon Musk is an immigrant. He's a parasite on the American people. So that's what she said, but I want to back it up and just let her speak again. And can somebody tell me if this woman is not drunk? She just sounds like she is not well.
Like they believe that land, votes, and
what does that mean?
They don't understand that they're being taxed at a higher rate than somebody like Jeff Bezos or Elon Musk, who I want to remind everybody that's against immigration is a fucking immigrant. I just think it's really important that we remind everybody all the time that Elon Musk is a fucking immigrant that doesn't pay taxes, who is a parasite off the American taxpayer.
Okay, so anybody that has a brain can look this stuff up for yourself. Even the AI that you guys herald or parade around so much, you have access to that. And one of the benefits of it actually is that it can gather a bunch of information and research for you without having to go through the weeds of Google. Now, anybody that has bothered to look any of this stuff up, you can see the factual statements there, and that Elon Musk has paid individually the most taxes by anybody in history. His recent tax bill was $11 billion. Okay. Again, not my opinion there. I'm just going by the information that is out there for all of you to access. The thing about that is, and what really trips me out about this is that despite this information being easily accessible, you have folks like her roll this stuff out there because, again, it serves her own ideology. That's the position from which she has like an end game there, and she's working backwards. Okay, so if saying this will get her to, I guess, try to or attempt to, that's what she's attempting to do, is like convince rural America or everybody that Elon Musk doesn't take taxes, and therefore you must take that into consideration. I guess when forming your sort of political or worldview there. But again, it's based on a particular falsehood. But the immigration conversation is really interesting as well. Again, showing that you cannot argue with these types.
So let me stop for a second, because Eric is about to do a great job. And shout out to those people that already know about Eric. Again, like I said, he used to be on the Blaze Network. He used to do a lot more social and political commentary. Now he's an independent comic book creator. Owns a very lucrative independent comic book brand. And I just think his story is fantastic. I like listening to Eric, and his story is very important. But real quick, I never think about this when people say that Elon Musk is an immigrant or so-and-so is just an immigrant as well. He's going to break it down, but do you ever realize that they're trying to flatten as if every immigrant is the exact same? As if every immigrant is the exact same and requires the same from the U.S. people or requires the same from the place that they're immigrating to. And I never thought about that when they say, oh, this person is just an immigrant or this person is also an immigrant. As if, again, they flattened it as if everybody's the exact same. Eric is going to break it down, so let me let him do that. Let's go, Eric.
There's a book, or rather a collection of essays by the great Murray Rothbard that I think all of you guys should go read. It's called, I believe, Egalitarianism, like a revolt against nature, something of that nature. You can go read it at Mises. And the reason why is because egalitarianism is one of the most dangerous ideals that so many people in America adopt. and they look at individuals not as individuals at all. They look at them like they're basically these slates of, or carbon copies rather, of one another. And sure, there's a hive mind out there, I will give you that much. But when you look at immigration, and again, how can you argue with someone like this that will look at immigration like an Elon Musk and try to somehow paint the brush so broad that it applies to essentially other immigrants, or all other immigrants for that matter? And because someone may be in opposition to the current immigration policy of America, they need to be reminded, as if everybody doesn't already know, that Elon is an immigrant himself, and therefore, how can you? What she's alluding to essentially is, how can you be in opposition to, let's say, immigration, like people being bussed in or what have you by the load there, because you're pro Elon Musk or something of that nature, as if their contributions are going to be the exact same, as if their culture is going to be the exact same, as if they're.
Let me real quick stop. I just found that essay. I am going to drop it in the chat right now. The link is humongous, though. Good gracious. Anyway, the link to this essay that he's talking about, Egalitarianism, A Revolt Against Nature, and Other Essays by Murray Rothbard. Anyway, I just dropped it in the chat for y'all. Thank y'all so much for that. Let's keep it going. Let's go.
Their approach to the culture upon which they are supposedly going to be assimilating in is the exact same, and it's not. I think there's a fundamental difference between, different various immigrant groups and Elon Musk. I think everybody that is a realist can agree to that. They cannot. They can't. Somali immigrant who, again, loves the country upon which he came from so very much that he prioritizes that over the country upon which he's in, America, or the geographical area in which he's in, versus an Elon Musk, who is, the contributions are not even equal. But to be fair, and this is why you shouldn't look at it from an egalitarian standpoint, Elon's contribution is going to dwarf most people in the first place. It's a different type of immigrant. And yes, rural America understands that. You're just arguing from this egalitarian, nonsensical position, and you're anticipating that everybody else joins in on the conversation and accepts your positioning, right? Your foundation as a reality, when it's not. They can tell the difference, believe it or not, rural America. You're just insisting that they can't. This is why you shouldn't argue with these people. It is a colossal waste of your time if you're entering into that conversation thinking you're going to change this person's mind. It's impossible.
All right. Shout out to Eric. I just thought that was fantastic. Why don't I have the link, Jason? Why didn't you put the link on? I don't know. I'll drop the link in a second. I'll make sure it's available. If the mods could help a brother out on Young Ripa's website and drop this in there, that would be great. All right. Okay. I just thought it was very interesting. I thought he had a great salient idea, as well as the essay I thought would be very useful. And I'll make sure prayerfully I can put it into the description when we get done with this video. Pray for your boy. All right. Oh, by the way, shout out to all the Cantifa members. Please make sure you make your way up to the front of the church. I was told by the ushers that some of the Cantifa members were not making their way up and getting their premium seating. So once you get up here, Cantifa members, could you please just drop a red heart in the chat, letting us know that you found your seat, you got seated, candy. You know what? You can drop a candy cane or a piece of candy in the chat. Find your candy emoji. Shout out to the Cantifa members. We want to make sure you find yourself a seat here at the church and such of that nature. Before we go and watch Erica Kirk, because I know everybody has been commenting about this, and I agree with you to the nth degree. Real quick, let me bring in my bingo board just so we can talk about bingo today. Yes, we play bingo here because we don't take Candace seriously. We make fun of it. The only thing we can do that's logical is to make fun of Candace. So therefore, if you want to play bingo with us, the moderators are dropping the link down in the chat. It should be down in the description of this video. Let's pray. I don't know if editor Jason was on his game this morning or not. Pray for your boy. All right. Is there a link? Oh, you know what? I forgot. I got if you want to use your phone, I have it right here. I'll put it up here on the screen. And then we'll get to it. I promise to get to it because y'all are like, Jason, let's get to it. All right. Yeah, there it is. There you go. There's a QR code. If you're going to play it on your phone, scan it. All right. So what I got here, why isn't anyone talking about this? I don't want to say this, but stay tuned tomorrow. Common sense. I tried to warn. Of course, they is going to come up. Betrayal. I uncovered something big. That would have been good yesterday. Calling an expert a liar. Trust me, bro. I know whatever that dumb statement is. Leaks. Free space, of course. Grab your free space. Weird. I don't like. Feds. I'll wait. I just sense. Best friend. Oh my gosh, best friend. My kids. A claim without receipts. That was yesterday. Random person, definitely yesterday. Great day. I should have played yesterday. I don't know what was wrong with me. France, bots, and I'm just asking questions. All right, so that's my bingo board for tonight. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling 5 bingos. Okay, I'm putting it in right here. I'm putting in the order for 5 bingos. And if you're not familiar with the game, I do cheat, so it doesn't matter. I'm going to get 5 bingos. That's just what it is. More than likely, probably going to get blackout bingo because why? It's in my game. I'm going to do what I want to do. That's why. I feel like. Yeah, yesterday, I should have played yesterday, boy. Dang, I don't know what I was thinking about. All right, but I know what y'all want. Y'all said, Jason, I want you to stop pontificating. We need you to add this thing to the studio, Jason. All right, ladies and gentlemen, with no further ado, let's go.
With Erica Kirk sharing her journey with America and the world, we are grateful at Fox to have her here to shine a light on healing as we all miss and mourn the loss of her beloved Charlie Kirk. Not all of her journey has been without, well, hate, conspiracies, and oddly, speculation about where her husband is buried. Now, for the first time, Erica, who's with me now, addresses all of it from the perspective of a grieving widow, a mom, and a battle-tested American. Good to see you again today. Talk to me about this part of the conspiracies that are out there, this disturbing part that people are trying to guess where Charlie is.
Can I have one thing? Can I have one thing? Can my children have one thing? Everything was public. We will be building the most beautiful memorial for my husband at Turning Point USA, and it will be for the world to see, and it will be spectacular, and it will have basically museum style for our Charlie, for my Charlie. But can I have one thing? Can my babies have one thing where we hold it sacred, where my husband is laid to rest, where I don't have to be worried about some secular revolutionary coming and destroying my husband's grave while my daughter is sitting there praying? One thing, this is my husband. Yes, he was Charlie Kirk to the world, and I know so many people love my husband, and I am grateful for that, but this is my husband, and I want to be able to have one thing left that is sacred to our family, to my in-laws, to my babies, and to my parents. One thing.
What are they taking from you right now?
Nothing. But I will tell you what they are doing. It reminds me so much of chapter 6 in the book of Nehemiah. He is building a wall, and the townspeople are at the base of that hill saying, Nehemiah, calling him all these names, saying all these things, come on down. Every single time he had the same message 4 times in a row. I cannot come down. I am busy building. That is how I feel. I do not have time to address the noise. My silence does not mean that I am complacent. My silence does not mean that somehow Turning Point USA and all of the handpicked staff that loved my husband and my husband loved them is somehow in on it. We are busy building. And you know what I thought? I thought these people are human. We are all grieving in our own way. And they are trying to find the answer to something that happened that was so evil. They are trying so hard. And I get that. We're doing the same. Anytime we hear a lead or anytime we hear anything, we send it to the authorities. Please dig into this. No rock will be unturned. I want justice for my husband, for myself, for my family, more than anyone else out there. So for me,
Anyone.
You want to keep telling me to come down while we're building? I don't have time for that. But here's my breaking point on that.
Uh-oh.
Come after me, call me names, I don't care. Call me what you want, go down that rabbit hole, whatever. But when you go after my family, my Turning Point USA family, my Charlie Kirk Show family, when you go after the people that I love, and you're making hundreds and thousands of dollars every single episode going after the people that I love because somehow they're in on this, no.
You know, I have to say it. I've never seen you like this.
No, this is righteous anger because this is not okay. It's not healthy. This is a mind virus. Yes, I believe in our judicial system. I do. We have a hell of a team working on this. Excuse my French. But this is not okay.
So you want to put these people back in the box where they've been creeping from?
I don't care what box you're in. But just know that your words are very powerful, and we are human. My team are not machines, and they're not robots. They are human. We have more death threats on our team and our side than I have ever seen. I have kidnapping threats. I have, you name it, we have it. And my poor team is exhausted. And every time they bring this back up, what are we supposed to do? Relive that trauma all over again? They watched my husband get murdered. I have no idea how I would have reacted if I was there that day. And thank the good Lord that I did not have to see that happen. But my team, they are rocked to the core. So why every single day do they have to be dragged through the mud, analyzed, hyper-analyzed?
Let's go.
You know, the conspiracies that are out there, all of the like. Do you think that there is more of it now because you do shine your light? I mean, did people just expect you would just go away?
I don't know what they expected. I don't know what they expected.
They pick on you because of your accessories. I mean, I've seen some of it.
Oh, yeah. No, at this point, it's what, the conspiracy collection. Get it before Christmas. Like, seriously.
That was actually
if
kinda
you want
funny.
to find and pick me apart, go right ahead. I do not care. I don't. This was happening before Charlie was murdered. Both of us have been through the ringer of people will call you whatever they want to call you. They will. But I have seen it firsthand impact the people that I love, and I'm done. I'm done. And if people think that I was just going to wilt away, I'm not going to sit in a corner and cry and be in fetal position. This is a duty to my husband, and it's an absolute honor, and I will never back down. And so my message to them is to stop. To stop.
And that's what we will say here on Outnumbered 2. God bless you. Hold up your book.
Stop in the name of God.
Amen.
Okay. Y'all heard it. What do y'all think? She told her to stop. We know who she's talking to, so let's stop. Let's not be obtuse. And you know what I thought about? If the mods can keep me posted, when this stream hits 600 likes, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to send somebody a gift card to get this book, to get Charlie Kirk's latest book. I'm going to make that happen. So add it to the cart. Can you remove this? Add it in. There we go. All right. When this stream hits 600 likes, if the mods can keep me posted, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pick somebody at random. I don't know. I'm going to come up with some random way to do it. And, and I'm going to send somebody a copy of this book or send you a gift card so you can pick it up. That's what we're going to do. Is it sold out already? Hold on. It said I can add it to the cart. Oh, it does say temporary out of stock. All right. Well, when it's available, I'll send it. How about that? Is that fair? Is that reasonable? Okay, so that's what we'll do. If the mods can keep me posted, when we hit 600 likes, I'm gonna go ahead and pick somebody. I'm gonna go ahead and get the name picker up right now, so we can make that happen. How about that? Is that reasonable? Is that? I think that'll salt their grits. If we all start buying Charlie Kirk's book, that'll mess them up. What if we bought his book, and his book pushed somebody else's book off of any kind of recognition? Wouldn't that be crazy? Wouldn't that be wild? I'm not saying I'm all about doing that, but I'm not opposed to it. All right. All right, I got let me, what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up the name picker that allows you to pick, it'll pick your name at random. So let me set that up while I'm talking. All right. I think I got it. All right. We got it. All right. So as soon as I get to 6, let me know, mods. Some people said I already pre-ordered. Well, you know what? If you get it, you have to pay it forward. Here we go. Shout out to the best live chat on the internet. Yeah. So what do y'all think? What did y'all think about Erica? What'd you think? Give me some feedback. I saw some great commentary in there about her. What did y'all think about her? I thought she was resolute. I liked it. I liked the little biblical reference. I like shout out to Nehemiah and building the walls of Jerusalem, which is amazing. But what did y'all think? Some reason or other, my name pickers is starting. So let me see what y'all got. Let's see what we got. Send the book to Candy. That would be funny. Hey, I wonder, Charlie Kirk was her best friend. Is she going to sell Charlie Kirk's book? Is she going to push his book on her website? That's a question. Tatum backs her. Really? At this point in the game, that's not an encouragement. That's not encouragement. I'm sorry. I don't take I take no encouragement from Tatum supporting anybody at this moment. Brave and amazing. Warrior princess. I love it. She made a firm stand. I like it. She'll do evil. Candace Owens will do evil at every breath she takes. Her destiny is the same as Haman's, Judas's, and Satan's. Wow. Thank you so much for that. Absolutely. She's a God-fearing woman. Deborah vibes. Okay, I can get it. Erica was on fire. Okay. Ooh. Ouch. Erica is everything Candace is not. I like her fire. I like it. I love her fire. Please forgive me. My silence does not mean I'm complacent. There we go. Yeah, I mean, it is kind of wild that narrative has kind of started to grow legs. It's crazy. She rocked it. Absolutely. She sounded tired, but strong and determined. Okay. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I can take that. I'll let you have that. Strong woman. Absolutely. She's a godly woman, they said. She was just perfect. I love it. I love it. For some reason or other, my name picker is not picked up yet, so I'm trying to get it to act right. Okay, here we go. Now we good. Okay. Okay. I got it ready. You said she was fabulous. Okay. She dismantled Candace. Raise your daughters to be as Erica. Okay, she had a full armor on. I like it. Let me make sure I got the shenanigans and hijinks queued up. All right, shenanigans and hijinks is queued up. All right. Hate it, but I got to pull it up nonetheless. I like it. I'm glad that y'all enjoyed that. I'm glad Erica did say something of that nature. I know I've said in the past, I don't think she should say anything. Oh, it's available on Barnes & Noble? Okay. Well, one way or another, whether it be through Amazon or Barnes & Noble, let me check BNN. I will make sure when we do the name draw that whoever gets the book, they'll get their gift card from somewhere where the book is available. How about that? Okay, and it is available. Yep, it is. They said buy it quickly, though. They said come and buy it quick. Okay, so it is on Barnes & Noble. I'm sure it'll probably be on Amazon, whatever, as well. So, okay, we're good now. Thank you so much, by the way, Texas Bully Mom, for the $5 super. I appreciate you. Let me see what we got going on up in here. We got the real KC, says 5. After hearing Erica finally tell her to stop, do we think Candy will practice what she preaches, or will she do an egotastical or ego-classical, whatever, double, triple down? Oh, you know it. You know it. It sure is. Today is Wednesday, and I butchered that word. You know she's not going to stop. I mean, this is Erica saying, basically, I know I'm about to get into it with her. That's what's going to happen. There's no way around it because Candace just can't stop. Thank you so much, Irene, and my Brit over in the U.S. my Brit from the U.S. Here we go. With the five, she says this. So what's Megan Kelly going to say about this? That's a great question. Y'all keep me posted on that. Hit me up in the email. Hit me up in the email about that. Go Erica. I'm buying it today. Thank you so much, Tracy, with the $2 super for sure. And I'll make sure I grab a copy for myself when I send one out as a gift. Thank you so much again, Texas Bully Mom. By the way, thank you so much, Lori, with the $50 super. God bless all you do. Well, thank you so much for the very kind $50 super. My girl, let me go ahead and make you the stream sponsor. Thank you so much for that. My goodness, thank you. All right, I'm going to get that queued in, and let me finish this one up as well. Downtown D with the 2 says, not religious, but the Nehemiah comparison moved me. I love it. I think that was right on the money. It wasn't too much. It was just enough. I got the point. And I always like people to point out, and I've discussed this in my own studies, the book of Nehemiah is very, very integral. Sometimes you just kind of get these prophets and you just kind of blaze past it. Nehemiah, Jeremiah, Lamentations. But Nehemiah is super important because Nehemiah is building something particular. And if you just in the chat, let me just real quick, what is Nehemiah building? He's not just building any old random city. He's building one that's particularly important. And why is that? Anybody know what city that is that Nehemiah is building? No, really? Y'all know he's building the city of Jerusalem. Well, what's the big purpose about that, Jason? What's the big deal? Well, about 700 years after Nehemiah lays the last stone on the wall of Jerusalem and Jerusalem becomes a city again, our king marches through that city gate. He built Jerusalem so that the prophecy that our king would come riding in would be fulfilled. So I'm always just taken aback by just these little small nuggets that throughout scripture weave together this beautiful story of Christ, his announcing his coming, and announcing that he will return soon enough. So anyway, that was a shout out to there we go, my Sunday school people up in here. My Sunday school people have picked it up. Shout out to y'all. Okay, real quick, I'm gonna save my bingo, my game board over here. I gotta pull my bingo board up in here. I didn't get anything new. I don't think, from Erica. Let me pull it in and share this for y'all. All right. I did get my kids. I did get that. I don't know. I got a lot of family. I wish I had family on here. You know what? Since Lori is the stream sponsor and I have not put her on the banner yet, Lori, if you need a bingo word, if you're playing, let me know what bingo word you need, and we'll take you. So Lori, please put the bingo word that you need or that you would like us to select. And there's a lot of them. This is just one of the bingo boards. There's like 50, 60 words because they're all over the place. They're crazy. Just put it in the chat. Absolutely. What does Rebecca say here? What's up, Rebecca? How are you? Thank you. This is proof that Erica was Charlie's perfect match, right? She is strong and clear. Praying the Lord continues to strengthen her and counsel her heart. Thank you so much for the $5 super, and I agree with you 100%. All right, Lori, what you need? What you want? Uh-oh. I'm just looking real quick, make sure I didn't miss it. Put some green hearts about it. All right, we're going to get ready to pop. I don't see one. I don't think you popped anything, Lori. If I missed you, please don't hold it against me. Oh. Erica ruined George's fake birthday. Shout out. That birthday story is so crazy. Why did they do that? I mean, they just really went crazy about that, his birthday being the 15th. Such that they even were changing his Wikipedia. Like, it's crazy. Oh, wait, there it is. Best friend. Yes, you can have best friend. Yes, you can. All right. Shout out to the stream sponsor. She wants best friends. We got it. If you have best friend on your bingo board, have no fear, by the way. If you're looking at your bingo board and you say, man, I don't know how I'm going to ever win on this. This bingo board is not a winner. Let me tell you this. Let me tell you, if this is your first time playing with us, everybody is a winner in this game because we don't take any of it seriously. We don't. So if you are a Cantifa member, shout out to all the Cantifa members that are in here. Please make sure you make your way up to the front of the church. When you find your seat at the front of the church, the deacons and ushers have told me that y'all have not been sitting in your front seats because we save these seats for y'all. So if you do get up, when you come up here, just put a red heart in the chat so we know that you found your spot. Or you could put a candy cane or a piece of candy, something like that. So we know that, okay, you found your seat, you know where you're sitting, and it's all good. We don't take any of this seriously anymore. At this point, there is no reason to take Candace seriously. None whatsoever. None whatsoever. If she can't give me that blessed 920 building email, I want to read that email. If she can't give me that, then I don't take anything she does seriously. And I know people are going to be like, well, you want something to happen to her. No, I don't. I didn't say that. I said, I don't trust her. I don't trust her. And if I told you that Candace came to my house and sold me bootleg Girl Scout cookies, you would want proof of that. You wouldn't let me just say it. You would say, I needed proof that Candace Owens came to your house, came to Whitaker Park, knocked on the door and sold me some bootleg Girl Scout cookies or tried to sell me some bootleg Girl Scout cookies, right? You would want that proof. And since the Cantifa people and the Candaspiracy cult refuse to hold Candace to that exact same standard because you won't say, by the way, where's your proof, Candace? Y'all were asking for more proof from Tim Pool about the pew outside his home than y'all have asked for Candace. And is that not weird to y'all? That you would literally say, hey, Tim, you said that somebody pewed outside your house. We need all this evidence to the fact, but you haven't done the exact same thing for Candace. Okay. So at that point, then I know that we're not serious then. We're not serious. We're not serious. We're just playing games. And since that's the case, then I'm going to play bingo in her name, right? Play with me long enough, I'll go ahead and we'll do Jeopardy again. We'll play Candace Jeopardy. I don't care. I'm going to laugh at this. I'm going to mock it. I'm going to make fun of it. And you know what? You have one of two options, maybe three, but two for sure. Get over it or get over it, because that's what I'm going to be doing. Because that's it. Until y'all start holding Candace to the same level of accountability that you would expect from anybody else, then that's it. My name is Jason. All right, everybody, let's get this game going. How many likes do I got? I want to give away a book. How many likes do I got on this joint? Let's see. I should have just asked the moderators. I could have just did that. Ooh. Why am I at 360? All right, mods, keep me posted. All right, I got 360 likes. There's about 1,000 people watching this stream right now. Why don't we go ahead and just hit that like button real quick and get me up there to 600 so then we can go ahead and do a name drawing. I woke up at 5 o'clock this morning, prayed, read the Bible. Later, I went on YouTube, and the first thing I saw was Candace Owens. When I saw her picture, I thought, Satan, right away. Yes, that's discernment. See, I'm right there with you, my friend. I think I woke up a little later today, though. What do we got? Amethyst with the 5 says, quiet is superpower, like a lion is hiding in the brush, patiently waiting to pounce on her prey. That's Erica. I mean, there we go. I like the way you said that. Thank you so much for the $5 super and the very keen observation. What's going on, realtor? How are you? What's happening to you? Hit the like. I mean, really, if you look, we are equal opportunity over here. Even if you are Cantifa, you get that like button. It's okay. It's okay. It's not gonna hurt you. Just touch it. Just touch it. It ain't gonna hurt you. And if you don't like me, hey, watch this. If you don't like it, hit it 3 times. There you go. There's like, there you go. Kind of does the same thing though. She's standing up to the evil. I agree. Let me make sure I got this queued up. Okay. Yeah, we got time. All right. We are ready to go. I love it. What else we got in here? Interesting that Charlie's book is Stop in the Name of God. Kind of like it's telling Candace to stop. I mean, I knew about the book beforehand, So I don't think they did that intentionally, but it does seem to be very, very appropriate. Right on the nose for sure. All right, what we got here? We might do a little quick palate cleanse. Y'all know I like that every now and then. Just get ourselves ready, get ourselves a little hyped up for this. Let's check out what Ami Kozak has going on. Y'all like Ami, I'm sure. Y'all have told me that at least. Ami is good peeps. What? Hold on, let me get his thing. Okay, here we go. I don't think I realized that Ami does like true bona fide stand-up comedy. I didn't realize that. Why didn't y'all tell me this? All right, let's get this in. Let's bring Ami up in this piece. All right, boom. Ah. There we go. All right, let's check out Ami. Let's see. I've never heard this before. I didn't know he did stand up. Okay, green hearts in the chat when y'all can hear.
I love the Christians. I love the Bible. Wouldn't it be funny if there was a gospel according to Trump?
Oh my God.
Is that too far? The gospel according to Trump. Water into wine. I turned water into Diet Coke. Jesus was a carpenter, a great builder like me. We built so many things together. Amazing casinos. The Last Supper, I would serve Happy Meals. That's what I would do. The gospel according to Trump. We're going to resurrect Joe Biden back from the dead. And there we go. Now we're in agreement, folks. Now we love the gospel. Look at that. Melania Magdalene. Can we do that? Can we do Melania Magdalene? No? I love the Christians. I love the Bible. Wouldn't it be funny if there was a gospel according to Trump?
Hi, class. So for our reading list this year, we're going to be...
Okay. We're going to read Catcher in the Rye.
Is there a problem, Mr. Yiannopoulos?
I've got news for you, darling. Catcher in the Rye, gay.
Excuse me?
I'm sorry. Who's the pitcher and who's the catcher exactly?
Mr. Yiannopoulos. Okay, for our other books...
1984? Okay. I've got news on this one, too. Also gay.
Milo.
No. I will out all of them. I'm going to tell the truth on all of this. Can you name another era that was gayer than the 80s? Okay, all the glory holes.
That's enough from you.
Of course, the book doesn't talk about it. It alludes to that. Thought crimes and whatnot. That's what being gay is. It's a thought crime. At least it starts that way as a thought crime. Nothing gayer than the 80s. 1984 was peak. I know. I was there as a part of it. Okay. So, yes, moving on.
Next semester.
The Great Gatsby. What do you think made him great? Gay. I'm sorry, big parties on Long Island? Lots of boys. Lord of the Flies? Yeah, a bunch of boys alone on an island? More like Fire Island. Sorry, darling. Hello. Okay, what else?
Class, I'd like to introduce your geometry teacher.
Geometry is gay.
Mr. Yiannopoulos.
I'm sorry, angles? Have you ever seen what a right angle looks like? That's clearly a gay man. Geometry is just ragingly gay. And I'm not going to learn it, only to have to unlearn it, okay?
Well, I'm sorry, Mr. Yiannopoulos. It's part of your core math requirement.
Math is gay.
Your biology teacher this year is...
Biology.
What is the issue now, Mr. Yiannopoulos?
I'm sorry. No, all you teachers are so stupid. You're so stupid. It's... Let me tell you something about biology, okay? No one is gay.
That's it.
Especially if you're Christian.
Mr. Yiannopoulos, I will see you in detention.
All right, everybody, how you doing?
Oh, who's this teacher?
My name is Coach Anthony. I run gym class and physical education at the school.
Oh, physical education. Well, hello, Coach.
Somebody get this kid out of here.
Hi, class. So for our reading list this year, we're going to be...
Okay.
All these annoying little requests. She always finds a way to ask me to do them right after I've just sat down. I just sat on the couch with the perfect snack, ready to watch my favorite shows while I sit back. I'm about to take a bite and rest my feet, but then my wife comes in and says, "Can you help me with some groceries?" And I'm like, "Can I just finish eating? This body needs feeding." She said, "Sorry, the food is perishable. It needs freezing." But I just sat down already. I just sat down, and that's when you decide to ask me that you need my help to go outside to the car, get the groceries, please. I need it now. But I just sat down, and even though I'd love to sit and eat instead, I always say what a good husband says. What do we say? We say, yup, I'm getting up, I'll do it. Yup, no,
All these annoying little requests. She always
I
finds a
didn't
way
know
to
he
ask you.
sang. Okay, shout out to Ami. I didn't know he did stand up. I did not know he sang. We halfway to 500. When we get to 6, let me know now. We will absolutely do a name draw. We will do. Okay, how about this? Let me stoke the flames, if you will. Let me stoke the fire to get everybody to participate. All right. If you're just jumping in, when I hit 600 likes, I'm going to do a book giveaway. I'm going to give away a copy of Charlie Kirk's book. I'm going to send you a gift card to order a copy of the book. All right. So how are we going to do this, Jason? What I need you to do, you got to make sure y'all pay attention. You need to put hashtag CK in the chat. All right. That's what you do. That's what you need to put. It needs to look just like that, though. Just like I told you. That's what I need. Hashtag CK. Okay, they're putting it in. There we go. So now, when you do that, make sure you hit the like button. Help your brother out. Help your boy. Help your boy out. Hit the like button as well as type in hashtag CK. Oh, man. All right, let me restart this. All right. While y'all are doing that, I'm going to share the screen. There we go. All right. Okay, so she is getting ready. She has not hit go yet. All right, what we got? How many people we got so far? Only got 114 people have hit hashtag CK, but also make sure I get that 600 likes if you don't mind. Help me out, Captain Jacks. Help me out, mods. Make sure we got that. Yeah, you got to put it in there as hashtag CK, just like I have capital C, capital K. It's only one way or another, so I just put capital CK for Charlie Kirk. All right. Oh, now we cooking. I bet not have 600 entries, and I don't have 600 likes. What we doing over here, people? Help your brother out. Help your brother out. Help your brother out. Okay, what we got? I got my egalitarian. Got this. Got the book ready. I'm going to do a book giveaway. I'm ready. We popping. All right, we good. All right, it's going to be fun. And thank you so much. What did Amethyst say again? Bully Mom, please forgive me. What did Bully Mom say right here? She says this: thanks for all your content. You collaborating with others YouTubers is really awesome too. You're one of a kind. Green hearts. So is your chat. Well, thank you so much for the $5 super. Y'all make the best live chat on the internet. I'm telling you, in the most electrifying comment section on the planet. I mean, there's no other way around it. There's no, you can't beat those charges. Y'all are the best. So absolutely. Oh, you already bought the book? Well, if you win, you're going to have to pay it forward. That's it. They said 60 more. Y'all are the best. Let me check. Tina or Amethyst, let me know when we get there. What in the merciful name is that y'all just sent me? Okay, I can't see all that. Let me see. Somebody's mods are sending me some good things. I appreciate them for sure. All right, let's see. I think your girl is going hot. She's not. Is she on CP time? What you doing, Candace? You ain't supposed to be doing that. Yeah, she on CP time. Help your brother out. Help him out. All right. I appreciate y'all. Yeah, make sure you like this video if you don't mind. Help your brother out. Help him out. Uh-oh. Y'all got 5 on the counter? Oh, wow. Okay. No, we didn't ignore you. Who's ignoring you? Okay, your girl is going hot. All right, let me pull a name real quick. Man, hold on. But there's only 160 names in the name picker. What happened? Y'all all slow down. All right, let me pull this in real quick. Because your girl is about to do her shenanigans. All right, let me pull this in real quick. All right, let's pull a name very quickly. Nikki, email me. Shoot me an email, please, and we'll be ready to roll. All right, let's go, because your girl is already starting off crazy. Let's go. Here we go. Let's roll.
Kind of a situation for her to be in, obviously, having lost her husband, becoming the CEO and the chairman of a company. It's just a lot of transition, and it's nice to wait for more information before you prejudge or just assume, make an assumption about somebody, and it maybe is not based in reality. Well, we are getting a lot more of Erica Kirk this week. I'll tell you that, because she has been doing the rounds in the media really over the last couple of weeks. And
Green
she
hearts
just
in the
gave
chat.
an interview live with Harris Faulkner on Fox News, where she finally addressed the quote unquote conspiracy theories. And I have to say this because it's true, but it completely missed the mark. For me, I am sorry, it just has. But the good news is that she is now unmurkying the water in terms of her intentions with this massive political organization. That's good news, truly, because we knew Charlie, and now we are getting an opportunity to know Erica. Plus, later on in the show, it's Knives Out for Tucker Carlson. As always, he's trending right now because he has officially waded into the who killed Charlie Kirk narrative.
That was
And
interesting.
since he is not a bought and paid for Fed, he is siding with not just the American people worldwide. And he says that he's not buying the official narrative. And there are some lingering questions. And he confirms what I told you about the Egyptian planes. So let's jump right back into this. Welcome back to Candace.
There is no way. Tucker Carlson, shout out to the chat if you believe Tucker Carlson is a good resource to verify the Egyptian planes. Shout out for sure. Let's go.
Look, I have been very patient. I do tend to focus on the evidence that's in front of us.
That's a lie from the pit of hell, Brenda. You have given us no evidence, and you haven't been focusing. You've been throwing out accusations, cosplaying as questions. You're throwing out these allegations, and no, ma'am, no. Stop the press. Stop lying. No. Stop all the lying.
Obviously asking questions when we come up across something that someone has said and it doesn't add up, or if they lied, create a list. And you guys were coming after me because I was saying, look, we can write into our imaginations how Erica is thinking or how she's feeling or what she should be wearing, but she hasn't actually said anything yet, right? That was my stance. She hasn't actually said anything yet. Give her a chance, okay?
That's a lie.
And now she is making the rounds in the press because Charlie's book, his posthumous book, is coming
Posthumous?
out about the Sabbath. And she's speaking about the quote unquote conspiracies as she sits down with a lot of these news anchors. So first and foremost, she's sitting down here with Harris Faulkner. And I just want to show you a couple of clips from this sit down, which is now trending. And she begins by addressing the question, which has been in the air, regarding where Charlie Kirk is buried. That question resurfaced this week in a big way because Milo Yiannopoulos and a few others have asserted with absolute certainty that Charlie has not yet been buried. That's what they're saying. They say they have proof of that. And at first, Harris Faulkner is asking about that claim. Take a listen.
Talk to me about this part of the conspiracies that are out there.
Hold on. I just got to stop for a second. We're going to have to start holding Candace to the standard that we hold anybody else to. Do you all remember Candace saying that Charlie Kirk had a Catholic funeral and a Catholic burial? Why in the world is she even considering what these dingbats said if she believed that he was buried in a Catholic funeral, Catholic burial, whatever? Like, I got a feeling she's not going to even mention that she said that he had a Catholic funeral. I got a feeling. Let's see if I'm right or wrong. Let's go.
This disturbing part that people are trying to guess where Charlie is.
Can I have one thing? Can I have one thing? Can my children have one thing? Everything was public. We will be building the most beautiful memorial for my husband at Turning Point USA, and it will be for the world to see, and it will be spectacular, and it will have basically museum style for our Charlie, for my Charlie. But can I have one thing? Can my babies have one thing where
Hold on,
can my babies have one
I'm gonna pick a fight. Look at Candace's face when she says, "Our Charlie, my Charlie." Watch her face.
Spectacular, and it will have basically museum style for our Charlie, for my Charlie.
Y'all, that woman is mad as a rattlesnake. Woo, goodness gracious.
But can I have one thing? Can my babies have one thing where we hold it sacred, where my husband is laid to rest, where I don't have to be worried about some secular revolutionary coming and destroying my husband's grave while my daughter is sitting there praying? One thing, that this is my husband. Yes, he was Charlie Kirk to the world, and I know so many people love my husband, and I am grateful for that, but this is my husband, and I want to be able to have one thing left that is sacred to our family, to my in-laws, to my babies, and to my parents. One thing.
Okay, so on its face, I actually agree with that. I think that when people are being buried and where they're being buried and how their funerals are done, that is very private matter, okay? So objectively, I agree with what she's saying, okay? But subjectively, because we are dealing with the subject of Erica Kirk and what transpired immediately following Charlie's assassination, this is going to be read as Meghan Markle syndrome, okay? Meghan Markle syndrome, where you want privacy when you want it, but you want publicity whenever you want it, and that just doesn't work, okay?
Wow. That woman, y'all, I don't care how much you dislike Candace Owens, you do not dislike her enough. How in the world are you comparing her to Meghan Markle about her husband's burial plot? Wow. Y'all, I told y'all each day she done got worse. I thought we was at the bottom, but that girl done pulled out the excavator and she said, we about to dig out the sub basement. Here we go. Good night.
It doesn't work that way. I honestly think it was said best by Bethany Frankel, not related to this situation. Bethany Frankel is on Real Housewives, a show, a reality show. And she was referring to one of the housewives who lived her life very publicly, showcased her marriage, was buying tons of Louis Vuitton bags when they had tons of money. And then when their relationship soured, the housewife basically asked the public for privacy. And Bethany was like, no, this isn't how it works. Like, we were riding with you on the way up, we're riding with you on the way out. You don't get to like pick and choose when you want privacy and when you don't want privacy. And
the fact that you're quoting the Real Housewives of wherever, the Real Housewives of Ratchetville as your reasoning for why you're not going to give Erica Kirk the courtesy of leaving her alone says everything that we need. I really don't think we need more than that. Like, you're literally quoting a reality television show as your evidence, as your proof for how you behave. That's crazy work. That's some crazy work, y'all. That's me driving fast. I'm acting like Dom in Fast and the Furious. Y'all.
Actively, as it, in the matter of Erica Kirk, this is the same person who had somebody record her over Charlie Kirk's casket. That was not our business, truly. And I can say that decision was made by her. And there is, some credence to the claim that everybody grieves differently. I wouldn't even record myself over a casket ever, okay? Some people maybe perhaps want to have that memory. But the decision to publish that, you crying over your husband's casket, and to publish his dead body on Instagram was a decision that was made by Erica. And we can watch that. Take a look.
Oh, I love you. I love you. I love you. I know. I love you. I love you. God bless you.
So would I have done this? Probably not. I don't know. I'm not really I'm not a big fan of that. So Jason would not have done that. And Lady Dearwold Christian and the dynamic duo know Dad doesn't want that. So y'all get don't do this type of stuff. And they know that. They know that about me. Now, Lady Dearwold Christian, she probably would want, a 5-piece filming crew, right? But that's our decision. What we choose to do, and if I choose not to tell you where I bury my loved ones, or where my loved ones choose not to tell you where I'm buried, those are not the same things. This woman is evil in her soul. Like, her soul is vacuous. Her soul literally is full of gangrene. I can't wait to read Screw Tape Letters with y'all, because we're going to be making fun of Candace. This is craziness.
That is an incredibly personal and an incredibly intimate moment, that you invited the public into. Okay, there was no reason to do that outside of wanting to share something that was very private with the public. And now you fast forward 3 months removed, and it's why does the public want to know where he's buried? It doesn't work like that. You have to make a decision. I want this always to be private, or I want this always to be public.
No, they don't have to.
That's my personal feedback there.
Nobody cares what your feedback is. And you notice she did not tell. She alleged that Charlie was buried in a Catholic burial, Catholic cemetery, whatever. Did y'all hear that? Okay, just something to notice.
Later on in this same interview, she launches into a strong defense of Turning Point USA employees who have, just as a matter of fact, told many lies, many inconsistencies. These are verifiable. So they are currently lying to the public, or they have lied to the public, but she is going to deliver quite an impassioned defense regarding these particular individuals and the organization as a whole. And I want you to hear her passion. Take a listen.
What are they taking from you right now?
Nothing. But I will tell you what they are doing. It reminds me so much of chapter 6 in the book of Nehemiah. He is building a wall, and the townspeople are at the base of that hill saying, Nehemiah, calling him all these names, saying all these things, come on down. Every single time he had the same message 4 times in a row. I cannot come down. I am busy building. That is how I feel. I do not have time to address the noise. My silence does not mean that I am complacent. My silence does not mean that somehow Turning Point USA and all of the handpicked staff that loved my husband and my husband loved them is somehow in on it. We are busy building. And you know what I thought? I thought these people are human. We are all grieving in our own way. And they are trying to find the answer to something that happened that was so evil. They are trying so hard. And I get that. We're doing the same. Anytime we hear a lead or anytime we hear anything, we send it to the authorities. Please dig into this. No rock will be unturned. I want justice for my husband, for myself, for my family, more than anyone else out there. So for me, you want to keep telling me to come down while we're building? I don't have time for that. But here's my breaking point on that. Come after me, call me names, I don't care. Call me what you want. Go down that rabbit hole, whatever. But when you go after my family, my Turning Point USA family, my Charlie Kirk Show family, when you go after the people that I love, and you're making hundreds and thousands of dollars every single episode going after the people that I love because somehow they're in on this, no.
Hold on, before she says anything, I just want to jump in. Listening to it now like the 5th time, she doesn't say Candace at all. Now, we know she's talking about Candace. Let's be honest, okay? We're not going to play stupid. We know she's talking about Candace. But what she's saying isn't false. And that's the thing. A lot of the time when you're talking about somebody and you're talking around them, you're stating things that are true. You're stating things that are factual. So she didn't say anything that wasn't true. So whatever Candace is going to say here, I'm really interested in hearing it. But Erica didn't lie. There was no lie detected. All right, let's keep this going. Let's go.
Sorry, but that whole thing right there is frustrating. And I'm going to explain to you why I just do not accept any of that. First and foremost, the idea that she does not have time. Okay, she definitely has time. Okay, she's done Hannity, she's done The Five, she's done Fox and Friends, she's done Outnumbered, she's done Megyn Kelly Live. She sat down with the New York Times. She made time, by the way, in case you don't remember, to fly to DC for Sergio Gore to be sworn into the ambassador to India, as the ambassador to India, which feels kind of obscure and not necessarily related to Turning Point USA affairs, building affairs, or whatever it is.
Isn't it interesting? Candace just rattled off, and I'm sure I know it's probably on the teleprompter, but she's saying it very passionate. When she reads things, she reads very slow and dialed in. She's saying this from the top of her head. Why is she rattling off all of Erica's travels and all of everything that Erica's done? Why is that your concern? Interesting.
But sure, that's fine. I mean, obviously, you're also allowed to be a person if that's the homie and that's what you want to do. Sure. But we are indeed speaking about a coast to coast flight to stand up next to somebody and basically say, Charlie loved you. That was like the 15-second speech that she gave, right? Here's actually, we have a clip of that speech that she gave.
Well, he was also very good friends
She's
with
really
a guy
mad.
named Charlie. We just knew him as Charlie. And
She
his
is mad.
wife, who we love so much, is here with us. And maybe, you know how close they were together. Maybe, Erica, you could say a couple of words, please.
Honored to, sir. Charlie loved you. It's hard not to get emotional because I know that he would have been the first phone call when he found out that you were going to be taking this position. And the way that I was able to witness the two of you work together for years and to champion and support the president was absolutely humbling to witness, and I am so proud of you. And Charlie is going to be with you every single day in spirit, and I will be praying for you every day because I know that this is just the beginning of an incredible opportunity for you. And sir, thank you for allowing Sergio to have this beautiful moment.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Tara.
That's just an ambassador to India swearing in ceremony. Again, if that's your friend and you want to be there, that makes sense. She's also a person.
So she can't go. So she's not able to do things. Like the gatekeeping. It's the gatekeeping for me. Like, why are you worried about what this woman is doing if you're not jealous of her? If you're not desirous of being in her position, if you had not sat there at your desk writing Candace Kirk in cursive and seeing how it looked and seeing how it sound, why are you worried about this? At this point in the game, I know a lot of people don't like it. I really believe this woman hates Erica because Erica was Charlie's wife. Prove me wrong.
And she can decide what she wants to do there. But the point that I'm making is that's a coastal flight that she made to be there to watch a paper get signed. She has also made time for an upcoming CBS News town hall sit down with Barry Weiss, which was filmed today. So,
girl,
Erica
you literally are following her up to the day. You so thirsty. Y'all, put some water in the chat. Put some water in the chat or some kind of beverage in the chat, please. This woman is thirsty. My gosh. You that hungry? Candace, don't you have a husband? I would feel some kind of way if my wife was out here wilding out like this over a dead man. I would feel some kind of way. I'd be undone. Like, yo, George, like my dude, like your girl, go down in the basement and check on her, man. She needs somebody to check on her. Like, she is straight wilding out. Take her something to drink, George. Your girl is thirsty. She is thirsty, y'all. I don't know what she needs, some Coke or something. A cola, Coca-Cola. Don't hear me wrong. Good night. This woman is thirsty. Bless her heart.
she has time. It is just what she means to say, not her priority, which is you are allowed to prioritize things in your own life. But this is not a matter of time constraint. It is not her priority to respond to the majority, actually. The majority of people think of this as BS. The majority of people think Turning Point is acting
that's not
suspicious.
true. That's not true, Candace. You are creating and crafting this story yourself. Okay, just leave it alone, Jason. Leave it alone.
And she does not feel that it is what she wants to do as a matter of priority, responding. Okay, that's fine. Now, to that point that people are making hundreds and
Oh, sorry about that. I don't know what happened there. Sorry.
thousands of dollars. I just don't get how there's not someone on this very large PR team, as we're seeing these PR campaigns go out, that doesn't go, hey, maybe we should strike that. They made $40 million like 2 nights ago at Mar-a-Lago. Maybe that feels kind of a little bit like let them eat cake-ish. Oh, and we've made more than, separately from Mar-a-Lago, Turning Point USA, since Charlie was killed, just so you guys know, this is a fact, has made more than $100 million. That is separate from the $40 million they made at Mar-a-Lago the other night. So since Charlie has died, that organization has taken in $140 million. But gosh darn you people that are making hundreds of dollars every day on YouTube.
I'm sorry, y'all.
Talking about Charlie.
I'm going to have to crash out, y'all. I'm sorry. Shout out to the best live chat on the internet. Shout out to all the new guests we have. Of course, Cantifa people, make sure you get your seats up in the front of the church. Y'all, I got to crash out. I got to. It's just the right thing to do today. Thou shalt crash out. Let me real quick show you something. This is what Erica is talking about. Turning Point receiving donations, they are a donation-driven entity. And whether you like them or not, whether you agree with everything they do or not, you know what they're doing with their funds. Whether you like it, that's not the discussion that we're having. I think we need to have a discussion about what Candace is doing with hers. Because she's the one the reason she's upset about this is because she knows Erica's calling her out. So I'm over here on Playboard. Y'all know I love Playboard. And this is the site where you can see where your favorite content creators on YouTube, how much they make in super chats. And you're like, whoa, Jason, are you really saying? Yeah, I'm going to show you this. I'm going to show you. All right. So yesterday, Candace made $1,900 in supers. Okay. The day prior, she made $1,370. This is who she's talking about. She's talking about Candace. Candace is just in her feels that he can put a spotlight on her. The day prior, Monday, she made last Friday, she made $4,300, y'all. Like real quick. Do you have the ability to do that in your job for an hour's worth of work? Let's just be easy. Let's be fair. Maybe they do some prep. So let's say 3 hours of prep, 1 hour of actual work. So for 4 hours a day, she made $1,000 an hour. This is what she's talking about. And she knows this. I'll just leave this last one. There's a day where she made $6,000 in a day. In the chat, let me know if you could dial up $6,000 on your job at any time. Let me know what that is. I just want to know. Tell me what you do. Hopefully it's legal, because your boy will be doing it next Tuesday. I'm quitting. I'm going to do that. It's amazing. And I'm a little bit frustrated because Candace knows good and well what she's doing. She knows that she's hoodwinking. She knows she's bamboozling. She knows she done pulled the wool over the Cantifa people's faces. She knows that. And she's just going to keep playing in their faces. Let's go.
Charlie Kirk's assassination and the BS narrative that is being fed, and the very obvious psychological operation that is being employed to make you accept the BS that they are trying to sell to us. Gosh darn you. Did you make $1,000 today?
Did you?
About Charlie Kirk? Well, you should be ashamed of yourself, says Turning Point USA, who in large part made that money because of those very people who gave to the organization immediately following Charlie Kirk's assassination.
I don't even know what planet we're on. So Candace is now saying it's okay for people to make money. So any of the Cantifa people that come to me and say, oh, you're only making videos because you're making money. Well, Candace, your Lord and Savior just told me I could. I don't know what to do. She just told me I could make money. Y'all, this has got to be. I'm looking around, make sure there ain't no cameras in my room. Like, are you playing with me, Candace? Candace, come on. Be serious. Be so for real, Candace. Hold on. I think Candace took over my other camera. Let me double check, make sure it's not. No, she didn't take over my other camera either. What in the world? Let her go. Let's go, Jason.
And that the thing that is especially absurd about that is trying to like almost like I want to be clear that Turning Point USA is my family. The Charlie Kirk show is my family. You know, like she's just expanding the wings of people that we're not allowed to critique because
That's not
they're in
true.
the family. If you call them fam, you can't critique them, right?
Nobody said that.
Oh, I'm sorry. We actually are showing a clip of Rob McCoy defending a pedophile or trying to like launder the reputation of that's fam. That's the CK show fam. Oh, I'm sorry. We are actually pointing to the fact that we know for certain that this person in your organization is a sexual deviant. That's fam. That is my, don't you get me upset. I know that this is a.
Wow. Did that woman not sit? Is this not the woman that sat down with Harvey Weinstein? Y'all, okay, I'm trying my best, y'all. I'm trying my best. This is insanity, y'all. And shout out to the Cantifa people that are going to try to defend this. I cannot wait to see it.
Now $150 million in the last 3-month organization, and we employ tons of people, but you can't critique. You can't critique the fam. And I hate to say this, but I'm going to be very clear here. This is why there are many people who do not believe that women are equipped to lead companies, because what you are watching here is an unbelievably emotional response that is absent of any logic, okay? If you really care about your team, answer the questions. Okay? Just demystify the entire event. Answer, come out, sit down, answer the questions so people don't think Turning Point USA looks so suspicious. Don't try to like mom the organization and say, well, mother's upset because people are coming after her kids and all of this subsidy.
Wow. I really don't know how she does it. I'm actually I'm gonna have to give her the air horn. I got to. I really don't know. Hold on. I need to stop. I don't understand how she does it. She outdoes herself every day. I thought last Monday was the worst it could get, and look at where we are today. I honestly don't get it. I don't understand. I could give her the air horn. I don't even get it. I don't understand how she can get more vile than she was yesterday. Like, I don't understand it. This is going to be studied by science. If you don't believe that Candace Owens is infiltrated, possessed, controlled by a demonic spirit, this is what I'm talking about right here. My name is Jason. Look at her face.
Multi-million-dollar subsidiaries. That's my children.
Wow.
Okay. The multi-million-dollar subsidiaries, Turning Point, like Turning Point Action, all that. Those are my kids. So you can't critique them. Not a good idea. Okay. It may work in PR world. You guys, I know how it's an obvious PR campaign. It's never been more obvious of a psychological operation. I actually wish they would put me on payroll so I could help them make these things look more organic than having every single person that has been telling us to stop asking questions all make the exact same video within 4 seconds.
Oh my gosh. The irony of what she just said. Yes, Candace, we know you wish they would put you on payroll. We know, Candace, we know.
Of each other being like, whoa, Erica Kirk shuts down. No, she didn't even respond to one of the conspiracies.
What is she
She gave us
talking
emotion. She gave us emotion. She said, I'm a mother, I am a wife, and we never asked about whether she was a mother or wife. We want to know if she is a CEO and a chairman. And a CEO and a chairman.
Is mad. Listen, okay, I'm going to have to go back. I don't like doing this, but I'm going to go back just a second so you can just listen. She's angry. I know I've said it before, but we're watching levels of her spiraling. Wow. Check this out. Watch it again.
People are coming after her kids and all of this multi-million-dollar subsidiaries. That's my children, okay? The multi-million-dollar subsidiaries, Turning Point, like Turning Point Action, all that. Those are my kids, so you can't critique them. Not a good idea, okay? It may work in PR world. You guys, I know how it's an obvious PR campaign. It's never been more obvious of a psychological operation. I actually wish they would put me on payroll so I could help them make these things
Sure.
more organic
Sure.
than having every single person that has been telling us to stop asking questions all make the exact same video within 4 seconds of each other, being like, whoa, whoa, Erica Kirk shuts down the no, she didn't even respond to one of the conspiracies. She gave us emotion. She gave us emotion. She said, I'm a mother, I am a wife, and we never asked about whether she was a mother or wife. We want to know if she is a CEO and a chairman. And a CEO and a chairman has to compartmentalize. A CEO and a chairman cannot respond to valid questions and critiques about finances, about shady actions that are being taken by people that require presidential pardons, people that are meaningfully asking why we are not getting a clear answer of what took place on September 10th. A CEO, okay, does not get to respond and say, that's my family. Okay, that's the energy of what I would expect from a mother speaking to a teacher, which I was this mom, like that's my kid. Okay. And I'll shut this down right now. That's my child. This is not a child. Turning Point USA is an organization, and Erica already had an uphill battle to climb, like that she had to climb this because, by the way, just because if this was Goldman Sachs and the president of Goldman Sachs or managing director over at Goldman Sachs died in a horrifically violent way, the Goldman Sachs family might mourn for a couple of months, but they would have instantly had someone to replace that individual. And beyond that, they would have never accepted the public and the people that are investing money. They would have never accepted, well, he's gone, but here's his wife. She already had a hill to climb here, right? Like, this does not make you qualified because you love someone to take on their job. I am not qualified to do what my husband does. That's why I said I wouldn't want to be the CEO and the chairman of a company. Actually, there's a great clip of Jordan Peterson asking that very question. Like, why do women want to be? Like, why would you want to have? It's actually a lot of work and it's very stressful and it's a lot of numbers and you're crunching numbers and you have to be everywhere. Okay. If you want that, great. If you built the company and you're in the room like Charlie Kirk did and you have proof.
So Candace is just mad. I don't really care. We're watching this woman be mad because she is not, her last name is not Kirk. I'm going to stand on that. Candace is mad that Erica Kirk was Charlie's wife. That's it. That's the pissed offness that we're experiencing. But I truly don't think that she's thought about, she's just upset. She really truly doesn't say, hey, well, maybe what if Erica steps, first of all, she doesn't really have an opinion. Nobody cares what you think, Candace. But even more than that, what if Erica is there to keep everybody together and next year she decides that they're going to go and start searching for a different CEO? What if that happened? Or whatever that nature, or take a different role for somebody else to run the ship, but she's just there to keep everything together. Like, there's so many things that could be worked out in TPUSA, inside of the TPUSA compound. Candace knows none of that, not a bit. So all of what she's saying is really just coming from a place of she's upset that her last name is Owens. And by the way, she doesn't even go by Farmer with her own husband's last name. She wanted it to be Kirk.
Proven to the public, like, hey, I built this company. I didn't even go to college, and I've been doing this for over a decade, as Charlie Kirk did. You've earned that street cred, okay? So she already had a hill to climb because now they're saying, well, this is his wife, and so, that's it. Well, now you're going to have to prove that you have the ability to be a CEO and a chairman and not just a wife who we expect emotion from. And you're rightful in that capacity. You are rightful to have emotion. You are rightful to be the aggrieved widow, but you don't get to just be widowed into the position of chairman and CEO. You don't get to respond to, well, in this case, investors, donors who have given money and are asking meaningful questions with, no, you don't get replies right now because this is the Charlie Kirk show, fam. Doesn't work this way, okay?
Who said that?
And the broader point, removed
All
from
right.
Erica.
So now we're looking up at the sky. Y'all know when she starts looking up, you know what she's doing. She's not looking up to the hills from which her help comes from. She's looking up to make up a story. But just watch.
Which a lot of these mockingbird influencers seem to be making is essentially they're saying to us that scientific inquiry and investigation in and of itself is now patently wrong, right? Essentially, we should just trust the state. Don't believe your own instincts. Don't believe your own eyes. Don't ask any questions. And I really want to stress to you guys how utterly ridiculous that logic is, right? Because if we follow that logic in any other situation, there would never be a crime solved ever, okay? If we just ascribe to the idea that scientific investigation is on its face wrong.
This is not scientific investigation, though, Candace. It's funny that she doesn't do scientific investigation, but calls it scientific investigation or journalistic investigation and pretends like what she's doing is journalistic investigation. This is not journalistic investigation by any means or measures. I'd hate to see how she cooks. I really would. Maybe that's why we don't ever see George, because I'd hate to see what a sandwich looks like to this chick, because who knows what she might be doing. Because, ma'am, what you're doing is not scientific investigation or scientific study, period.
It would not work. I'll give you a crappy analogy here.
Crappy.
But imagine if there's like some young mother and she dies suddenly in the middle of the night, presumably in the middle of the night, and her husband is the first one to report it in the morning, and the cops show up, who happen to be his buddies. They get there, and then they dramatically close the case in 48 hours. And neighbors are like, wait a minute. Excuse me, officers. Actually, you might want to know some other facts here about this guy. Like, he's in the mafia. These people would be like, how dare you question the people closest to, he loved her.
Boy, she's spiraling. Y'all, put a lifesaver in the chat. We need to throw a lifesaver out here to this girl. This chick is spiraling. Wow. A young mother passes away, and we talk about the mafia. What has that got to do? Put a lifesaver in the chat. Oh, this woman needs a life jacket. Somebody needs to rescue her. What are you talking about? Here we go. Yes, please. She crashing out in 4K, and I'm here for it. Let's go.
That's his wife. Being a gang member is not evidence. Why are you saying he's a gang member? It's not evidence. You get another nosy neighbor who produces evidence that in the middle of the night before she died, they saw the guy outside, the husband outside, removing cameras in the front yard. That's not evidence.
What?
Yeah,
What
but
are
I
you
saw him
talking
go out
about?
in the middle. He put something in his car in the trunk. He was looking shady. That's not evidence. How dare you find that to be suspicious? More nosy neighbors start discussing, and they were like, hey, we heard them. They were having actually a heated argument before she was found dead.
The fact that, okay, I'm going to need, now I'm going to have to, on Friday, I have Green Beret Nap Time coming on. Green Beret Nap Time on Twitter. He's going to be coming on, and he's going to debunk all of the militaristic foolishness that this woman has put out, okay? I might need to go ahead and get a police officer. Captain Jax, you want to do it? Maybe you should pay close attention and we can do this. This is ridiculous. Yo, who did you bounce this past? Who approved this, Candace? Yo, Cantifa, get your girl.
It was about money. All of a sudden, the next thing you know, you got Allie Stuckey from the HOA. She blasts out an email and she says, it's unbiblical. It's unbiblical to gossip. Hearing an argument is not hard evidence.
She mad, y'all. She mad. She done call Allie Stuckey a member of the HOA. Please let me be in this. Please, Candace, please.
You have no right to discuss it. Yeah, we're the nosy neighbors, okay? We put together 20 verifiable lies that have been told in the weeks following this sudden death event. And yeah, we have some questions. So we're not going to accept Tim Pool jumping on the airwaves with big estrogen energy telling us we're evil because we have like school board elections next Thursday. We're the nosy neighbors. We don't care about the elections coming up. We want to know whether or not we are in bed with people who are capable of murder, people that are capable of covering up murders. Actually, we, the nosy neighbors, feel a little bit less safe in this neighborhood until we know whether or not there are some psychopathic killers in our midst. How about that?
Wow.
That's how I feel. I think that's how a lot of people feel right now. So I want to express that. And
Yo.
a psychological campaign filled with emotional manipulation and how dare you, and the aggrieved widow speaks, and so you're not allowed to question a $150 million organization. No, I reject it. I reject that 100%. which is why I will say it has arrived as a blast of fresh air that on this very same day, Tucker Carlson is standing up to the nonsense. He's not speaking about Erica, obviously. He is friends with Erica. But just the nonsense of what the FBI is saying, he's wading in and saying, yeah, the FBI is not being clear in what happened. And I have questions because, and I think it feels like a blast of fresh air, because and I know many people at home, are seeing all of these people that we followed and we thought that they were heroes. And suddenly this assassination has exposed them all to be frauds. You know, like for the right price, they will join Operation Mockingbird. For me personally, that is how I feel, okay? Like people in the military that I thought were forthright, people that were journalists that I thought were forthright. I just am so let down. And I don't think I would have been able to handle if Tucker Carlson was among those people. You need hard evidence. As if the killer's going to walk in and be like, okay, here's how I did it. Okay, I'm going to give you the hard evidence. I was here, there. Like, what? Instead, Tucker Carlson is coming out and he is blasting the corporate and the Fed narrative with common sense. He joined Theo Von, and here is what he had to say. Take a listen.
I don't understand the official story at all.
Of his assassination,
I don't understand it, and I want to make sure that there is a truly rigorous and honest federal investigation of it, and I'm definitely concerned about that. A, B, I think that I don't know many of the details, but I know that recently Candace said that Egyptian registered aircraft were following Erica Kirk Charlie's widow around for a number of years in different places in the world. That's one of the weirdest things I've ever heard. And
So just think about that for a second. If they were following her around for a number of years, they've only been married for like 7 years. So I digress there. But that means whatever plan to do whatever to Charlie Kirk had already been in play for a long time. This makes no sense. And the fact that Tucker Carlson is going to, I think the only reason Candace cares is because Tucker Carlson gave credence to her foolishness. He hasn't seen anything. He just says Candace said it.
I just want to say that is factually true. That's true.
How?
So that's like the one data point that I happen to know is true.
How do you know it?
I have literally no idea. I can't even guess, but that's very...
Tucker, how do you know it? To say that it's factually true, I said again, Candace Owens came to my house and sold me bootleg Girl Scout cookies. That is factually true. It's factually true that I said that statement.
Very strange.
And what is Egyptian? It could mean aircraft from Egypt. Who knows?
I think that they were registered in Egypt.
Got it.
And but that fact is true. So enough. And it also her claim that, there were kind of a disproportionately large number of foreign registered cell phones at the event.
That's so dumb.
That's also true. So
how do you know it? No. How do you know it? See, Candace does not want you to ask more questions. If you are a member of the Cantifa cult, she doesn't want you to ask questions. And so she's trying to make you, remember I told you yesterday, it's the snicker effect. Like, how dare you ask that question? Like, oh. Like she's making fun of you, mocking you, kind of like Mean Girls, right? Mean Kids in high school. She doesn't want you to say, wait, hold on. How do you know this, Tucker? You're saying this emphatically to Theo Von, and he's just head nodding it. Which, by the way, all of y'all were at Tucker's Christmas party. Okay, I digress. But she doesn't want you to think. She does not want you, she wants you to be allergic to thinking.
I don't know, but it means that, the FBI has a moral and legal obligation to look in every direction and to be open-minded as you would in any investigation, in journalism, in science. It's all the same process. I don't know the answer. And I'm going to sift through everything as open-mindedly as I can, as honestly as I can, to get to what the truth is. That's science, that's law enforcement, that's journalism. It's all the same. That's justice. And I just want to make sure that is happening. And I just don't have a ton of confidence in the FBI or the men who run it. And I'm not saying that out of ignorance. at all.
That's a scary part too.
I'm not alleging anything. I'm just saying I
No.
think it's really important that we have that.
That is what authenticity sounds like, and that's what we're doing here. We are investigating, right? Sometimes you get something wrong, you correct it, but I was right about the Egyptian planes. And when you hear Tucker Carlson say,
How do you know you were right about the Egyptian planes, Brenda? You've shown. She's like, because Tucker Carlson recanted and restated your dumb statement, that means you were right about it. You never showed us any proof. So just because Tucker says, oh, yeah, by the way, Candace Owens went over to Jason's house and tried to sell him some bootleg Girl Scout cookies, that doesn't mean it was true. It just means that Tucker restated the dumb statement that I made. This can't not be serious.
that he is confirming that that part is true.
How does he know
I
it?
take from that, Tucker Carlson has been very clear. He grew up with CIA agents, okay? This is a guy who grew up in Virginia. His father, he learned after his father died, he thought he was just working with the CIA. No, his father was on the payroll of the CIA. So Tucker's friends are in the state. So you should take it as a concrete fact that there's something up with these Egyptian planes, and they were in fact following around Charlie, and they were following around.
How do we know that? Okay.
And that means people in the NSA, the CIA, are confirming that that is real.
Wow.
Yet, just last week, what we got from Blake Neff, and I know he's untouchable, he's in the fam, but I'm going to go ahead and touch that and say, like, this is not okay, the vibe is not right, is making a mockery of it. That is what we mean when we say none of this is passing the vibe check with Turning Point USA. There's no clear answers. There's mockery, there's laughter, but there's no clear answers. And the mockery and the laughter is not working. Neither is this idea that, well, now the widow has spoken. We're not dealing.
I think that I'm gonna back that up a second. I don't like backing it up. I think it's that face is epic, Jason. That face right there that's just crazy. I think it's fair to say that the mockery is in fact working. If you laugh at Cantifa, if you've been laughing at the Candaspiracy, I do believe that it's working. Look at this face. Listen to how she says it. The mocking isn't working. Well, why are you bringing it up then, Brenda?
Following around Erica, as I told you, and that means people in the NSA, the CIA, are confirming that that is real.
That's wild that she made that jump.
Just last week, what we got from Blake Neff, and I know he's untouchable, he's in the fam, but I'm going to go ahead and touch that and say, like, this is not okay, the vibe is not right, is making a mockery of it. That is what we mean when we say none of this is passing the vibe check with Turning Point USA. There's no clear answers. There's mockery, there's laughter, but there's no clear answers. And the mockery and the laughter is not working. Neither is this idea that, well, now the widow has spoken. We're not dealing with the widow. We want the CEO and the chairman of Turning Point USA to answer. Okay?
Somebody go, when this is over with, pull up the transcript and do a control F for the word mockery, laughter. I think I've counted mockery, her saying mockery 7 times already. I could be wrong, but look that up. I really believe this poor girl. She need a hug, y'all. George, get your girl.
Compartmentalize, then I don't see how you're going to be able to lead this organization.
Why do you care?
Future. Because Charlie worked. We knew who Charlie was because he was authentic.
Why do you care?
He didn't just go, well, I only make time for like big pocket donors.
Who said
He
that?
was sitting college campuses. He was speaking to people, understanding people. He was changing his ideas and he was changing minds. And you are not changing my mind about the fact that something weird happened that day and that TPUSA is acting funny because you give it an impassioned plea and speak about Nehemiah on Fox News. Okay? None of it makes any sense. Anyways, Tucker then goes on and states the obvious predicament further, which is that we just don't have any faith in the government. Take a listen to him discussing some of these lingering questions.
Here's what I am concerned about. A lot of things. One, he acted alone. Tell me how that worked. I don't, none of us really act alone.
It's hard to go anywhere by yourself, too.
Thank you. Exactly. You acted totally alone. Okay. You're going to have to prove that to me. It's totally possible. Anything is possible. Weird things have happened. We'll continue to. But that's not my default assumption. And
I agree with Tucker. I agree. Tucker, they should prove to you how this person acted alone or whatever, how he did it. Man, where do they actually do that? I wonder, is there going to be a formal place where they kind of lay out all the facts and how it all happened? Man, what is that? Boy, that would be really smart if they had something like that, Tucker, where they could actually do that and kind of let us all see everything, how this happened as best as we understood it. If only that existed. Man, that'd be great. That would be a fantastic way to bring justice to the world if we had like a system in play that when somebody committed a crime or whatever, and the officials kind of pieced it all together and kind of helped us understand. Boy, that would be great, man. I wonder what that would be called. What would you call that, Tucker? What do you think they should call that thing? Anybody in the chat? Anybody? Bueller? Oh, a trial. That's what it could be. A trial. That's probably where they put all the evidence out, Tucker. And you'll probably get to see all of it, just like I'll get to see it in the best live chat in the most electrifying comment section. We'll all see it at the same time. Wow. That is amazing that they've already put something in place like that. Man. And they'll do it in a court of law, not the court of popular opinion. Man, humans are pretty snazzy, man. That is amazing. Wow.
It shouldn't be yours. And their default assumption was we acted alone. Really? Why do you think that? What about life suggests that people typically act alone? When was the last time you acted alone in anything? I don't go, right? So A. B, we know that people had foreknowledge of this because they posted about it on X and said Charlie Kirk is going to be killed on this date, and he was.
Is that true?
Yes, it's true.
But were they just guessing? Was it a guessing thing where every day they posted that?
Maybe. Have those people been interviewed? Have they been hauled into FBI HQ and had a long conversation with how they knew that? Like, let's get really specific. Why did you post that? Who have you talked to? Like, if I were doing this investigation, because I spent my whole life doing non-criminal investigations called journalism, like, what do we know is true? How do we find out? Call everybody. Be open-minded. It's like it's the same process. If I was doing this investigation, they would be at the very top of the list. Tell me how this guy who seemed normal became a radical trans furry murderer. It's not enough to tell me, oh, trans. I'm not pro-trans, by the way.
But was that the guy or his boyfriend?
Well, exactly right. Tell me how this guy
He didn't actually answer
became
this question.
so radicalized that he murdered a stranger. I'm not saying it didn't happen. I'm
agree.
saying I want an explanation for how it happened. Why wouldn't I?
That's funny because that's actually in the charging documents. That this whole conversation, this last little segment right there, is in the charging documents. And I have it on if the moderators want to drop the I'm sorry. Oh, don't do that, Jason. If the moderators want to drop that link, let me see, I can grab it. All right, wanted to grab the link and drop it in the chat. It's called the Candyland files. The charging documents are in there, and they explain that, and that's actually there. So either A, Tucker Carlson didn't read it, or B, Tucker Carlson is being disingenuous. I don't know.
I agree.
Oh, we can't talk about that because it'll prejudice the jury pool. Really, you've told the world that you have both a confession from him in his text to his boyfriend and the murder weapon with his fingerprints on it. I think you've got a pretty solid case. So why is it so difficult to just explain? So I have said from the beginning, if you don't like what Candace Owens is saying, why don't you call her and offer a more plausible explanation for what happened? Oh, she's bad. She's bad. Okay. I mean, I like her a lot. I don't think she's bad, but I love her actually. But let's just stipulate she's bad. But why wouldn't you do that?
Because I don't agree with some of the stuff that the rabbit hole she goes down, but I don't
even know.
But I like the fact
That's
that
a
she
lie.
likes to dig in the garden,
Theo, we are in this garden, okay? And we're not getting out of this garden.
Lord knows we're not.
With the Fed slop narrative. We're just not getting out of the garden with trying to emotionally manipulate us and say, it's not, this feels like COVID, right? It's not like COVID-19. It's like Candace 19. It's another fake, it's a fake virus. Like, oh, you got infected. You just can't do it. 6 feet social distancing from Candace Owens. We're going to get every influencer on social media. 6 feet social distancing. Save lives. What are you, a grandma killer? What, you just don't like him? What? And then Tim's all fired up. She's a C word. People are going to die if you don't get this vaccine. And I'm like, I feel like maybe the government's not telling us the truth. We're right back to that, but it's Candace 19. It's Candace 19. That's what it is. And they think that maybe if they put the little 6 feet social distancing pads in the grocery store, that the PSYOP will win and make us believe that this is like common sense is the virus. I'm the common sense virus. It's coming around. It's so evil. Stay at home, wear a mask, save lives. You don't want to catch it. You don't want to catch the common sense, you guys. You don't want to catch it.
No, that's not common sense, baby.
I dare. I'm sorry, I dare. And I have been very careful.
So real quick. According to Candace, mocking and laughing is not kosher. You're not supposed to mock and laugh, though she can mock and laugh. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do what you do and not what you say. You laugh, I laugh. I'm going to make fun. You make fun. It's really that easy.
Because I wasn't sure what direction she was going to go. If she was like, I was like, look, she's got a whole business that she's got to figure out. There's a lot of people in her ear. Maybe they did this transition too quickly and she's just keeping her head no, what she's saying is Turning Point USA is untouchable. And it's a no from me, but you know me. I'm just out here saying what needs to be said. We'll be right back after a brief message from our sponsors. All right.
I'm still surprised that she has sponsors. Yo, shout out to the best and most electrifying live chat on the planet. Good gracious, y'all. Real quick, we got to say what's up. Candace is the Grinch with the tiny heart stealing Erica's Christmas. Y'all, that is hilarious. Hold on. Thank you so much for the $2 super. I got to get started in the right spot. There we go, right here. Thank you so much, Carrie, with the 2. Do you think Candace saw your lives? Yes, I do. I do think so. I have it based upon information and belief. They know exactly who I am. I don't know why they won't block me on Twitter, because then I'm going to do a video on it, but I don't know why they won't block me on Twitter. But I do know that they know what I'm doing. The chaos I'm causing. Alicia, thank you so much for the 10. Think she'll dates the facts that she got dumped again. Kind of hard for his head to security to be in a secret meeting if he was in Asia with Charlie. Shout out. Yeah. And I think that's amazing. I got that video coming up where, she said that according to her whatever lead, Brian Harpole was in Arizona. Brian Harpole was in Asia. Shout out for sure. I got that video coming up. That's going to be fun. Blue, thank you so much for the 10. It's hilarious. She thinks she is Jesus. Narcissistic liar. And now I think she is evil. Someone paid to unalive her. She said it. And she spends time on Erica. Like, where is the urgency if they're... Yesterday, she said that the person that was paid to delete her lives in her town. Where's the urgency? Be for real. Candace Owens is the Grinch with the tiny heart stealing Erica's Christmas. In Whoville, she would have judged Emmett Till's mother too. She would have. That's a great point. Shout out with the 2. Thank you so much for that. We got to keep this going. Y'all, thank y'all so much for supporting what we're doing over here. Black Sigma, thank you so much. 10. Dear Erica, please help me give my brother $100 super chat by serving legal action against Candace instead of crying victim on Fox News doing a PR campaign. You made it worse along with Huff. So Black Sigma said he's going to donate $100 when Erica files a lawsuit. I don't know if she's going to, though, man. We need to talk about that one. I like that angle, though, for sure. Thank you so much, Phantom with the 2. Erica is Biggie. Candace is like Tupac. Green with envy. Uh-oh. We're bringing back some old 80s, some old 90s rap right there. Thank you so much for the 2. And then it's right here with the 5. Erica lives rent-free in Candace's head. It's astonishing. I mean, it's a wide open space. It's a wide open space. Sigma came back around. Erica is doing TPUSA business, keeping connections. That would make sense. That would make perfect sense, actually. Thank you so much for that. All right, we're going to get down here. How do you think TPUSA will expose Candace on their stream on the 15th? I think they're going to bring receipts. Thank you so much for that €6. I think they're going to bring receipts. They're going to say, hey, here is the text message, the whole text stream. Here's 2 days worth of text messages. Here's Mikey's call log, whatever like that. And it's going to be a mess. I think they're just going to, they probably have lined out all of the major foolishness that she said, and they have their evidence and artifacts to that fact. So maybe they might roll in here with a secession plan. They might roll up in here with phone logs. They might roll up in here with the full email stream. Because remember, she only has like these snippets of it. Maybe they got Charlie's email. I mean, Charlie's text messages. That would ruin her life. If they say, hey, by the way, we don't know how Candace has been communicating with Charlie because according to his phone logs, here's his phone logs. He hasn't texted her in 6 months. He hasn't texted her in 5 years. That would be crazy. That's what I think is going to happen. Hey, thank you, Captain Jack's the stream sponsor. I couldn't watch this vile woman without you, Jason, and the rest of the support group. You all keep me from committing random acts of violence. Thank you for exposing the horrible, evil woman making TPUSA donation in your name. Much love. Thank you so much for the $50. And Captain Jax is definitely the stream sponsor. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. Okay, we are going to, y'all are amazing. She's mad because she said he is my husband. Thank you so much for the $2. When she said that, that hit. That got right in the ribs. That slipped right through. I felt it when she said it. My husband. They have hundreds of employees to pay as well. Thank you. Again, like Candace has what, 5 employees, she said? 6 employees? Thank you so much for the $2. And we'll get right here. Thank you very much, Jane Lynn with the 10. Her envious heart is rotting thousands of souls. And the worst one is just rotting her own soul. Let's get this back up in here. Let's go. Thank you so much, y'all. Let's go. Look at that face, y'all. How do we do that? Stop this, Jason. Somebody on Twitter has been keeping track of my freeze frames. Shout out to y'all. Let's go. It's muted.
I'm worried. You trust the influencers. You know, people over in the chat say we need some Candace 19 merch. Yeah. Don't go Max, get the Vax. That's what Mark is saying. We should. We're gonna get some gear for you guys. Don't go Max, get the Vax. That's the vibe right now. How many influencers is it going to take to get everyone to roll up their sleeves and not go Max? That's where we're at right now. How many people do you have to send out to tell them? Please do it. Wild. Okay. I didn't get the Vax. I didn't get the COVID-19 Vax. And I'm not getting whatever the heck this is. Okay. Which
Very
is honestly on its face, federal stupidity is what it is.
Interesting.
Now, I can also tell you that because my mommy sleuths, they're so fast before stuff even ends. I get tips about things, and
I'm
Erica
sure you vet it.
literally today sat down with Barry Weiss. It's been marketed all over. They're going to have this big sit down, a conversation moderated by Barry. It's going to feature voices from across the political spectrum. They're going to talk about grief. And I got this email after, and it's interesting. I got actually a couple of emails, but I'm going to read this one to you because it was a town hall-ish event. Here's what they said went down. This person writes, I just came from the CVS. By the way, whoever wrote this email, I love you. I just love all of the mommy sleuths that are this quick. They wrote, I just came from the CBS Times Erica Kirk town hall, and this is what she said about the conspiracies and Candace. 1, Erica said she was pregnant when the Egyptian planes were flying and following her, so she wasn't on them. She said she has photo proof.
What?
Huh? I'm sorry. Did I ever accuse Erica of being on Egyptian planes? When I found the Egyptian planes, I was concerned that they were following Charlie because I thought, wow, has there been a foreign government that has been tracking his events? Like maybe, I don't know, like running through the operation early, and then we broadened it when someone clued us into the fact that actually these planes have been following Erica. You just heard Tucker Carlson confirm that.
We didn't hear Tucker Carlson confirm it.
Instead, she's gonna tell us on Saturday that she wasn't on the planes. I never said you were on the planes. Why would I think you were on the Egyptian planes? I don't like. Well, that would be. I don't think that you took off and went to Wilmington, Delaware. I know you didn't go to Wilmington, Delaware on the day of Charlie Kirk's assassination. I find that answer to be lacking. Okay, that is weird to me. It's a weird answer to give. And by the way, you can fly when you're pregnant. Even if you were on the Egyptian plane, that's a possibility when you're pregnant. So I don't understand that part at all. 2, when Barry asked her about the conspiracies and what she had to say to those saying them, Erica said, stop. No. 3,
well, there you
not
go.
about Candace, but she talked about Israel and said good things about Jews and how TPUSA is having Shabbat dinner. No, I didn't read that before we went live at Hamfest. Okay. Okay. You guys, I want you to know, in addition to the fact that Charlie, in the last couple of days, wanted people to know that Mikey is fantastic and supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, and he had this whole vision, and that Rob McCoy was his favorite pastor, and that you should buy Josh Hammer's book. He also wants you to know to just be a Jew. I think we get it. We get it. Those were his last words. Okay. We get it. Just like, okay. Anyways, moving on from that. I want to say to the 30.
I just want to bring up again, this is the woman that has an international hitman living, quote unquote, in her town, paid $1.5 million to put her head to bed. I just want to make sure y'all remember that. That's the seriousness of this situation. The dude lives in her town. He gets gas at the Quick Trip. He gets coffee at the Starbucks down the street from her house. That's how important this is. I just want y'all to remember that when I say you don't dislike Candace Owens enough.
9 bajillion of you who were in the military who emailed us to let me know that I misspoke yesterday. Okay, I even said to you ahead of time, I said, I don't know military vernacular. I don't know these terms. It's like another language, and you guys are not aware of yourselves. Okay, so you critiqued me for saying E4, E3 when I should have said 06. I'm jotting down these notes. I'm having a conversation. I'm trying to fact check things. And for me, I was focusing on the timeline.
But did you fact check it then? So did you fact check it? That's the question, Candace. The people calling you out need to call you out. You said you fact checked it. How did you fact check it? If you said E5 and E6, and you should have been saying 05 and 06, which I don't know if that's the thing either, how did you do that? This just seems to be a trend that you keep messing up, but it's our fault that we call you out. I don't understand it. Make it make sense.
I was like getting all of the proof from our military guy who was there for this meeting on September 9th, and it's also on September 8th as well. And I misspeak, okay? Because you guys basically speak Japanese. You don't realize you do, but you do. You speak Japanese. And I said E4, E3, and I went back and I checked my notes, and actually he said 06s. Thank you. Thank you for your 26 billion emails to let me know that I don't know ish about the military. Okay, it was a human error. I made it very clear that I am ignorant when it comes to military. I will own that. And so please just be nice to me sometimes, where it's a lot of information, a lot of researching. And I just wanted to confirm he said he was where he said he was and take those notes. But no, he did not. He was very clear. I checked the notes that he had said 06. I think I made the mistake when I transferred my notes because he said colonels or captains. Then I Googled it and then I edited it thinking that maybe I heard him wrong.
How convenient is that? That you have these mystery people and they give you these facts and you keep seeming to get things wrong. You don't know that the 920 building is your lawyer's office. You don't know that the Utah time, you don't know military ranks and such of that nature, but you check, you verify, you've authenticated it. Every single time you do it, you do the work, but you still turn in answers that are wrong.
It was over a 1-hour phone call. Anyways, regarding him, for those of you guys that emailed us, I told you, you can trust that we are not just taking a thumbs up from someone. There's a lot of research that goes into all of these things, and we were able.
You got the person, she said it was a 1-hour phone call. So let's just, for laughs and giggles, say that she got on the call at 10 o'clock p.m. She says she ate a late dinner. And then she got into bed with her daughter and then went and said, check the email. So, even for easy's sake, let's just say 8 o'clock, right? This happened at 8 o'clock. She had an hour-long phone call. So that means 9 o'clock. How did you research? What time did you go to bed? Because by 6 o'clock the next day, you were reporting on it. How did you study? How did you research it?
To confirm everything he said was real. He gave us his card that he swiped onto the base. And now, because you guys sent so many emails, and actually people who were on that base in Arizona, the Huachuca base in Arizona, adding further credence to his claim is we've been able to since verify 2 more things from other people that are currently stationed there. First and foremost, I should tell you we have a positive ID on Captain Neff. He was not sure what Captain Neff's first name was. It was, in fact, Adam Neff, and I'm sure captains have different names, but Adam Neff of the 10th Mountain Division is the individual. I sent picture options to him as your emails were coming in, and then someone said Adam Neff. I sent it, and he confirmed that that is the correct person. There were several, obviously, but Adam Neff was leading the interrogation of him. And
So let me just make sure I got this right. You can drag Blake Neff because his cousin is in the military, but Tucker Carlson's whole dad worked the whole time that he was alive, worked for the CIA. He doesn't get any kind of pushback at all. Okay. That makes perfect sense.
Checks out because that is the division from New York. Also, we have now confirmed, and this is exciting because we got a lot of emails going, oh, like if this was really this like meeting, people wouldn't have known it was taking place. They would have used a empty building or something like that. Well, guess what? We have confirmed from people currently stationed on the base that JTF is indeed using a building. I'm not going to name the building. I know the exact one because I don't want to, accidentally violate national security. But effectively, they are borrowing a building. So it's effectively unmarked in that sense. And that building has been turned into, please forgive me if I get this wrong, but I'm reading it direct from the email, SCIF, which stands for a sensitive compartmented information facility. Okay. So they have since added barbed wire around that facility for additional security. Cell phones and other electronics are not allowed. This is where he saw the meeting, by the way. Unless they are government issued, they are not allowed in that building. And it requires top clearance to be granted access into that building. Again, we have now verified this outside of this individual who was definitively telling the truth. He sent me so much documentation that it was like I could have showed you everything. His old passport, his new passport, his military ID card, hotels, it's books, times, text messages, phone call logs with his wife. It just really is a circumstance that this man has either the worst or the best luck ever when it comes to him sort of stumbling upon military operations, right? First, he finds this cartel tunnel when he's 20. Now we fast forward, he's 56, and he just was getting some coffee, and someone's like, "Here, actually, yeah, no, that's the old boys are getting back together in this unmarked building," and he stumbles in there. It also, by the way, does provide an explanation for why they panicked when he just walked in there, because they were like, he should not have known that this building was here. They didn't buy his excuse. It's 7 hours. Later, they allowed him to leave, or Captain Neff allowed him to leave. Now, we can also give you some more information that gets really interesting.
Yes.
Okay. Remember, Harry told me that seeing that many, I hope it's 06. Is it 06? Do not email me, okay? He said it is not common unless, and he specifically said, there were some high-ranking congressional member or someone close to the president, like the vice president. Well, we received another tip that makes things especially compelling. So I'm going to just read you this email in its entirety. We have fact-checked it. It is true. Trust us to...
Okay, I'm just going to stop. I'm sorry. Hear me when I say this. I'm being for real. Candace is so full of hot air that she would probably float all the way to Mars. Okay, let me bring in, this is a video that I'm working on, so y'all will get it. Shout out to the 1,900 people that are in the live chat. Holy cow. Okay, this is crazy. Let me bring this in. I'm just going to show you. This is what I'm talking about. This is how you know this woman is just, there's something wrong with her.
I just offer them the opportunity to ask every
Let me pull this
question.
Like this.
And so this is from Amber. What is your favorite memory with Charlie?
It's odd. It was recently, and believe it or not, and it kind of made me feel like I was just hanging out with him instead of working. And we were in Japan, and we had finished. I mean, it was like a back-breaking tour of South Korea. Went to the DMZ.
All right, he's in Korea. The only reason I want to, and I'm gonna play, I'll play the whole thing later, but I just want you to hear what Candace said yesterday. All right. And again, this video is literally in process, but I'm going to share it with y'all because there's 1,900 of y'all and y'all are amazing. So let's go. All right. So this is me searching for it, right? Doing my little transcript search, type it in, looking for the word that I'm looking for, typing it in. Oh, let's get started. Listen.
About 5'10". And at this point, he sees that the person that is with him, and he said, certain that the person that is with him is Brian Harpole. Yeah. Okay.
So Brian Harpole, who just said that he was in Japan, and there's other evidence that I'm going to add to it as well that says that he was in Japan, is now being accused by some random dude who just hit Candace up on the email, gave her all the details. He is saying that Brian Harpole was in Arizona at some secret meeting. Which one? The woman is not serious, y'all. I know the Cantifa people do not like this, but y'all got to understand. She playing in your faces. This doesn't even make sense. Let's go. I'm almost done.
Fact check stuff, by the way.
How do you fact check?
By the way, guys, we would not just randomly be like, thumbs up. We're just going to go with that. This person writes, I just wanted to bring to your attention that on September 8th, that's when he says that he saw some funny business, 2025, a U.S. government plane, a special air mission plane, caught my eye. This is what I found about that particular plane that is based out of Andrews Air Force Base, shown as Camp Springs below. U.S. Air Force C-37A Gulfstream is Gulfstream 5 is a VIP jet, part of a unit that caters to senior members of the executive branch and Congress. Plane number is 99-0404, as you'll see on the screenshot below. On September 7th, the plane flew from Andrews to Colorado Springs. On September 8th, it flew from Colorado Springs to Tucson. Then, 5 hours later, from Tucson, and then the transponder appears to be turned off. However, at 12:31 p.m. on September 9th, it flies from Fort Huachuca to El Paso, and then El Paso back to St. Andrews. Now, why is that interesting? Okay, because that means the timeline that he gave us is exactly right. This meeting took place early in the morning. I think it was 7:37 where all this happened, and then he said he assumed it was like a high-ranking congressional person or somebody that potentially could be in the cabinet. This guy is saying that's what that plane is used for, and he also brings in El Paso. Remember, El Paso, Texas, is where all those weird flights were coming from on the day of Charlie Kirk's assassination. So that is extremely compelling. And like I said, having spoken to this individual who is planning to come out and do podcasts and speak about that, he's trying to figure it out, which I'm going to help him with this weekend to figure out whose show he can go on and speak more.
Why can't he come to your show? I'm sorry. This woman is so okay. I'm sorry. I'm done.
This is actually tracking. I had a sense when I spoke to him that his memory could be trusted. Okay. He was very forthright, very honest. I mean, he was so honest that he was like, when I said, oh, is it maybe this Captain Neff? He was,
how do you know he's honest?
He's like, ma'am, like I don't want to give you any information that's wrong. I would put that at about maybe 60 to 65% that it could be this person, until I gave him the correct Neff, and he was like 100% that's the guy that questioned me. So I trust him. And by the way, his heart exploded when I told him about all the emails of people that were in the military currently that were very moved by his story, people who have had the experience of doing the right thing in the military and being treated as though they did something wrong for doing their job and serving the American people. Everybody knows there's corruption everywhere, especially at the top. And to all the service members that sent those emails, I want you to know that he said he was close to tears, and he was just on his knees, him and his wife, just thanking God, because they never thought their story was ever going to come out about what happened to him when he was 20. And that is just something that is really, that's why I said there's so much God in this, because like,
why is this person not on camera? Since he truly doesn't care. So he went there, he clearly, his NDA had expired. Why is he not on camera right now doing this? Why are you not interviewing him and allowing him to tell the story? I don't even think, I'm a little bit mad that we still got so much to watch.
Luck, but he just happens to be in the wrong place at the right time, maybe in the right place at the wrong time. Who knows? History will tell us. Continuing the rest of that email from the person who gave us that tip about this plane, he concludes it by saying, "This is the only time that I have noticed that this plane was in Fort Huachuca. If your contact that you mentioned yesterday saw this group of men in the morning, it could line up well with what this aircraft leaving at 11:43 a.m. on the 9th. From other searches I've done, it appears that Pam Bondi flew on this plane approximately 5 months ago from Tampa area back to D.C. I am looking into other flights. Please be safe and God bless." Guys, we have a clue. And we should keep going with that. I don't know. When he contacted me, it was the way I told you. It went about me praying, and then suddenly I get this email. And I speak to him, and he's like so credible and just gives everything. I think we need to keep prodding this narrative of what happened and what he said that he saw.
So we should continue this Scooby-Doo adventure, this Nancy Drew's, Boxcar Kids adventure. We should not look into the alleged international, global, multiversal hitman that's somewhere running around trying to take you out. Okay. I got you.
He described it as a meeting that when the operation is
Sounds
being
perfect.
finalized, a finalization meeting. And he seems like he knows what he's speaking about. So
he does, absolutely.
That's what I have for you guys today. Oh wait, there's also something else about that plane. I got to bring in Mark to mansplain it. I'll just bring you on, Mark. I'm not even gonna tee you up there. Just come on.
Thank you. Great introduction. So I was looking at the logs for that flight, and the flights in question are towards the center of the screen. You can see it goes from Tucson. The transponder goes dark. That's what that dash means there. But what really stood out to me were the call signs, which are basically the fourth column from the left. So you can see it's using RCH, which is reach. That's a standard Air Force call sign designator. But when someone important is on the plane, it switches their call sign to SAM, which stands, as you said, for Special Air Mission, which is typically reserved for people like the vice president, cabinet secretaries, senior officials of the executive branch, congressional delegations, and other senior political leaders. So what that tells me is the call sign from Tucson to Fort Huachuca is a standard reach. Everything before that is as well. But once it gets to Fort Huachuca and takes off, it switches to SAM. So that tells me they picked up someone of that stature in Fort Huachuca. And then just to avoid confusion, the Venus call sign is just when the plane is empty, it doesn't have anyone on it.
It's actually very, very helpful. And I think, like I said, there's something here. There is definitely something here. And I do believe that God put that man again. He has the worst luck. Our guy, Harry, has the worst luck down, or the best luck down in Fort Huachuca. But I'm certainly glad he was there. So you'll definitely be hearing from him directly. I would assume next week. I'm going to help him figure things out. He's like, I don't know how to work these podcasts and computers and how to get my message out there. We will definitely assist. We'll take a brief.
Real quick, if you think that he's going to actually be on, let me know in the chat. Do you really believe that she's going to bring him on? Let me know. I don't think so. I don't think he's ever going to be on a podcast ever. But you know what I'm going to do? I think, I'm going to go with absolutely not. Candace doesn't have a desire to see other people shine. That's just what I'm getting. That's the feeling I'm getting based upon information and belief. I don't see her really wanting to see other people grow and flourish and shine with no strings attached. Like, go forth here. Like, here, I'll give you some lights. I'll send you a computer. I'll, send my team to help you out with this. Nothing like that. I don't believe that she has that within her. Because if she did, she would have done that well before this. And I don't see it. But what I do see is they have hundreds of people employed. I'm gonna catch up. We gotta catch up with these supers. Y'all are amazing. Let's keep this dance going. Erica is raising money to continue Charlie's mission. Candace is amassing wealth, dancing on his grave so that she can fund her lawsuit. That part right there. That's the one right there. Shout out for sure. She's mad because Erica said Charlie is her husband. That made her mad. That made her super mad. Thank you so much for the $2 super again, Slayer. Thank you so much for the 5. What we got here? MB with the 10. Can you pause so we can rebuke this demon in the name of Jesus Christ? Man, the bad thing is I think that woman wants that demon. I think she wants to keep it. I'm with you though, for sure. Candace Owens doesn't know what family is. She's at DEFCON 4. Yeah, this is amazing. This is some high level craziness that we're watching. Thank you so much, Amethyst. I appreciate you for the 2, and I thank you for that, supporting what we're doing over here. 2 again. Brandy says this. She went too far today. I don't know, man. I think she went further yesterday, truth be told. I'm not mad. I'm not disagreeing, but I think yesterday was worse, in my opinion. But I could be wrong. Either way, it's bad. Curtis, thank you so much, man. Always supporting. Thank you so much. He says this, I went to her channel to look at the chat. Those people are effing sick as she is. She fosters sickness, man. She fosters this type of stuff. This is the behavior that she exudes, and this is the behavior that she expects and fosters. She expects that. I mean, I'll say this. Let me bring this up. Thank you, Curtis. One of the things about content creation is that, and I don't take any pride in this at all, the live chat is a reflection of the content creator. End of day. End of day. When I got on YouTube, my live chat was crazy. It was insane. I was talking about social justice, critical race theory, BLM, and my chat was insane. Okay. I had to do a whole bunch of house cleaning, lots of house cleaning, right? To get it to where it's now the best live chat on the internet and the best, most electrifying comment section on the planet. But that was because I had to stop. I knew that y'all reflect me. It warms my heart to hear people. I have people texting me through the day saying, hey, they're mentioning you on this live chat, or they're talking about you on this channel and whatever like that. Not because I'm over here wilding out like Candace, but because I'm hoping and praying that they see social and political commentary from a Christian male perspective. So the live chat is really one of the best indicators of the type of content that's out there. Look at Candace's content. You can't hide it though. That's the thing. You can't hide it. So when they were talking about 2 months ago, Candace needs to attack Erica, that's because this is what she fosters. Even if she wasn't directly saying it, it was being implied, and her live chat was receiving it, and they got their marching orders. The live chat, I mean, y'all don't understand how thankful I am for the best live chat on the internet. And again, when I say fight me, I mean, really, just let me know. I'll meet you in the front yard. I can meet you around here over by Barbara's house. If you want to meet in the backyard, we good. I can meet you over there, at the park, wherever. I'll fight you about this being the best live chat on the internet. And if we need to, and then when you get done, I'll get you some ice and put it on your face, and we'll go laugh and have some fun. This is the best live chat on the internet. Period. End of day. Because of y'all. Shout out. Thank you so much. Donna says this. Candace was in love with Charlie. Where's the lie? And I believe she wanted to marry Charlie, but he married Erica. I'm looking for a lie here. I totally believe that. I totally believe that. There's no reason to believe otherwise. Shout out. Thank you so much, Amethyst. Again, we all need PBJ, Patel, Bongino, Justice. There we go. I love how you come up with these things. Thank you, Amethyst. Jackie says this with 20. If it were not for you and several other small channels channels, I would lose my mind, Jason. You are a gem, by the way. It's been only 3 months. Most of us couldn't get out of bed if we were Erica. I don't know what I would do. I hear Lady Dear Woke Christian and Chief Executive Second Born talking sounds like they're in the living room. I can hear them right now. President Firstborn will be back on Monday. My house is going to be full of musicals and girls running around the house singing and doing all that stuff. And I can't wait. And I don't know what I would do if I lost one of them. I don't know what I would do. And in the fashion that Erica could, I don't know if I would be any better. So, the fact that Erica's running this thing and picking up, 90 days after, you got to give her credit for sure. Thank you so much for that. Thank you again. Melanie with the 20 says this, she is a woman scorned. She just wants to tear it all down. She talks about emotions and and look at Candy up there going off on Erica, which is very interesting because remember yesterday, Tim Pool, he was effeminate. He was being beta male, but she is being what? Okay, there we go. I like how you picked that up. Great catch. Sounder says this with the 5. So this was set up interview with Tucker and Theo. They were all at Christmas party. This is organized. I agree. But even more than that, what proof did Tucker give Theo? Theo just took that and head nodded and didn't even ask a question. I appreciate you, man. Grind Princess, thank you so much for the 20. Candace is a vile demon. I'll stop right there. Even musicians and other celebs often have secret burial locations due to the fear of vandalism. I don't know. I'm sure. Where's Prince buried? Or Luther Vandross? Those are two people. I don't know where they're buried. Like Steve Jobs and Frank Zappa, for example. But Candace just wants chaos. She wants to throw stuff in there, mix and kind of get it stirred up and ferment her audience to go out there and do crazy. Man, thank you so much for that. And a very keen observation. Shout out to Captain Jacks again with the 10. I put people on death row in Oklahoma. Had I investigated a case like Candy, I would have been fired and put in jail for perjury. Shout out Captain Jacks. We might have to do a little conversation about this one day. So we'll talk offline. Thank you so much for that. Okay, Phantom says this with the 2. For the millionth time, FBI is not the lead agency. She doesn't. Do you really think Candace cares about that? I think she knows what will get her audience. I bet you they even scour the live chat and see what kind of words and what they're talking about and make sure that if the audience is saying it's the FBI, then we're going to make sure we keep our thumb on the idea that it's FBI. If the audience is saying it's Utah PD, Provo PD or whatever, then we'll go that direction. That's what I believe. Shout out for sure. And again, 10. She's a narcissist. She's calling Erica out for being emotional while she's screaming and acting like a crazy, jealous ex. She's pure evil. I'm hoping that this is the breaking point. That's my prayer. That her audience, that the Cantifa will start to see yo, something's wrong with our leader. Yo, this is crazy. Jedi, thank you with the 5. Why is everyone else always the problem and never Candace? Maybe look in the mirror, witch. Everybody's a problem. That's gonna have to eventually sink in. Everybody but you, Candace. Rose says this with the 5. The husband turned to video over to the police, not to you. You talking about that terrible example she gave? That was a dumb example. Oh my gosh. He's supposed to. She leaves stuff out even in her own story. That was a dumb story. And look, I come up with some stories and I think that they're reasonable. They're reasonable, but that was a dumb story. Shout out for sure. Thank you so much for the 5. As if a woman died, there would be any kind of investigation. They would just look at it and say, okay, she's dead and keep it moving. For real? That's silly. Thank you, Captain. Again, can I get a pink handcuffs? Go pick her up and add concrete boots, please. Look. I forgot they do have those pink handcuffs for women. You're hilarious. Thank you for the 5. Slayer Princess. How in the heck does anyone know Erica's location at the same time as the planes? That's what I'm saying. I think they're just making this up. Also, is it just me or is Candy extra unhinged today? No, you're spot on the money. I think she's mad because people are not responding to Erica like she thinks they should have responded. I don't know if it's because Erica waited so long. I don't know if she was very clear and forceful. I don't know what it is, but she really wanted people to come off the top rope and get the long knives out for Erica, but that didn't happen. They were like, no, we rock with this. We rock with this. So I think that's what really threw her off. Phantom, what do you say? Tucker Carlson has no clue. He is not tied to the CIA. Just because your family worked there does not mean anything. My son has no clue on my work. Yeah. And you hear this all the time. Like, oh, I have an uncle in the military. My grandfather is a police officer in New York. And as if that gives them some kind of special treatment. That's crazy work. Thank you so much. Let's keep this going. $2 says there's the absolute irony of Candace calling out mockery has got to, we're going to study that with science. Here, let's finish this up. Let's finish this. Y'all have been amazing. There's still quite a few. Man, wow. Wow. Thank y'all so much. All right. I'm going to read all of them, even if I got to stay here late. I'm reading them all. Let's go. We're almost done with Candace.
So faithful, and we're always talking about biblical characters, but nobody want to address Jesus.
Oh, I got to hear this.
He was betrayed.com. Turning Point Faith, man. I love that it is so faithful, and we're always talking about biblical characters, but nobody want to address Jesus.
Wow.
Remember, he was betrayed. The story might be relevant. We're going to be out here acting like it's a conspiracy. Yeah, it was a conspiracy when Judas betrayed him. And it was for money. Like, that might be a relevant narrative when you're out here, like, trying to make it seem like it's never happened in the history of the world. It has happened. And, yeah, I don't know. He was denied. He was denied, just as he said. So I want to just be clear that it is, of course, plausible. It is very plausible. Is more than plausible that when it comes to people that become motivated by things that are not just truth and justice and things that feel sparkly and sprinkly and like make you feel good on the inside. Okay. The reality is life is ugly. Okay. Many
What is she
people
talking
have
about?
to deal with deceit and dishonesty the bigger they get. And we heard that from Charlie's own mouth, what he was going through. Okay. I wouldn't have guessed his last words were effectively as if we're all getting the vibes here, like, just like go be a Jew. But I don't know. I feel like he was under pressure actually from a lot of his Jewish quote unquote friends. And there hasn't even been any honesty provided from Turning Point USA in that regard. It's like we're getting no honesty at all. And I'm wondering why, because this feels like a very poorly run PR show. Anyways, you guys, if you would like to support our independent work, you can, after that Fox News hit, for us to say, actually, I still have questions. I do. The top comment from yesterday is they want us to believe that Charlie's neck was made of steel and the Twin Towers were made of neck bones. Got it. Yeah, we're at that stage of a psychological operation. That's it. None of it's making sense. That is so well.
Y'all, I think this woman is absolutely, I think she's coming undone. Wow. Okay, we're going to finish up. I promise. I'm not going to keep talking.
Put. It is upside down land. Laughing Cats Music World writes, and thank you, by the way, that's a massive donation. Vital to separate flaws from race. We can criticize corrupt Jews without blanket anti-Semitism. Critiquing George Floyd because he died of fentanyl in the hospital isn't hating black people. Stop equating criticism of Israel, Soros, etc., with Jew-hating or self-hating if you're Jewish and critical of all governments, including Israel. Most people are not racist. And then this person is making the joke, maybe Blake Neff. I didn't look into the Blake Neff thing or why he left Fox News because I'm just more interested in his military connections because that caught me by surprise. But you are absolutely on the money. Obviously, we can criticize people and this sort of cheap tactic of being like, oh, well, it's kind of the same thing we're talking about. It's emotional manipulation. It's like, whoa, what are you saying? And it's like, no, there is corruption everywhere. And You are not removed from corruption because of who you work for, what you look like, what sex you are. It is always plausible and actually highly plausible, typically when money is involved. Lulu Mallory writes, the more I watch, the more fake and gay things are. We all have been given the light of Christ to discern truth from lies. Candace speaks truth. Go Max, Candace. Charlie deserves nothing less. You are correct. And I don't trust the feds. And I don't believe that is a sufficient enough answer that, well, we're telling the feds to do that. Well, I can tell you the feds are not doing that, because I was the one who said I had the information about the French Foreign Legion being on the ground the day that Charlie was assassinated, and the feds have not reached out to me. So shouldn't that concern Erica? Shouldn't she be like, hey, why didn't you reach out to me and say, like, hey, I'd like the information if no one's reached out to you? Like, why is that not happening? This is what I mean when I say that the reaction doesn't feel to the public as what we, and yeah, I'm generalizing here because there is such a thing as a general response, what we would do in the same circumstance. Like, we would be like, whoa, even if I trusted the feds and I trusted my legal team and trusted their analysis that there was just one person involved, as soon as some podcaster was like, hey, I found Egyptian planes and they're being kind of shady, I would be like, whoa, that is weird.
No, that's because you're a doofus. That's why you would say, whoa, that's weird, because you're a doofus. That's it. There's no other reason around it. They shouldn't run after every one of your little crazy fantasies or your little fever dreams, because a lot of things you're coming up with are mentally deficient. That's why. That's what they're telling you. Basically, they're telling you that what you're doing is crazy. You just don't like that they're saying that you're crazy because you don't believe you're crazy. But we all think you're crazy, Candace. Sorry.
What's up with these Egyptian planes? They're just making jokes.
See?
There's something not right with that. Like,
Look,
making
okay,
jokes.
look up when this is over with. Look up the transcript and put in jokes, mockery, laugh, and just see how many times she said that. Because she's saying it a lot. She is really upset about people making fun of her. She's really extra salty. These fries, you asked for extra salt on these fries.
It's about something that if you should be concerned at the very least about.
No, we shouldn't.
Even if it turned out that it led nowhere, which it has not turned out that it led nowhere. It actually led somewhere. And it's
it led
confirmed.
somewhere, all right.
Why are you not concerned? I just need an answer for why they are never concerned.
Because
Meryl
you're crazy.
Gerstenmeyer writes, it seems to me Erica's moral outrage is manufactured more for an elite target audience as opposed to those normal folks who want to solve the actual murder. It does feel, I would say it feels elite. I don't have time for the little people, okay? I don't have time for, your small pocket donors. I got time, but like, it's going to be spent with power. It's going to be spent in the West Wing. It's going to be spent raising $40 million at Mar-a-Lago. When we say building, what we mean is like a financial arsenal. It's easier to appease people who are billionaires than to build a grassroots movement. That's what Turning Point USA was. It's not anymore, clearly, but it was a grassroots organization. That was the pitch. That was why I worked for them. The idea that you could get on the ground when nobody knew us, nobody knew me and Charlie, and we could get on stage and we could convince people of what we believed in. Okay, every conversation mattered. In those times, every debate mattered. Every feeling that a person had, even if it was valid or not valid, it mattered. And now we get the sense that this is the RNC. So if you ain't spending for a table, you ain't getting a response, okay? Because we busy. We very busy.
What I think every woman in this chat, every female in this chat picked up what she just did right there. I think now guys, we might be oblivious, and the only reason I'm paying attention is because I'm listening to it. This woman is mad as heck that she is not involved in TPUSA, and she knows that one of the main reasons is because of Erica Kirk. She also knows that Charlie was not dealing with her anymore, but Erica Kirk, and she's mad. She is spitting mad. This is some wild stuff. We're almost done.
H. Biz writes, who was the woman in the pickup truck? I don't know who the woman was in the pickup truck, but you're referring to what Harry, Harry thinks he has an idea and he should come out and he should share his story.
Sure,
I
he's
would be
coming out.
interested to
Sure.
see if he is, like I said, I can tell you he was factually there, that the meeting happened now exactly as he said it happened, at exactly what
Sure.
time he says it
Sure he
happened.
did. Yeah.
I cannot confirm his own eyes. I can't confirm his memory of who he believes he saw. We can't confirm it was Brian Harpole. We can't. You know, was it a Brian Harpole lookalike? A lot of military men look the same. He is certain he saw Brian Harpole. Give him time to come out and tell his story.
Never gonna
Servant
happen.
of Yahweh writes, who was the young woman in the Candlewood Suites Hotel with the special ops guy? They left in the green truck on September 8th. If you or anyone you know works at that hotel and has that security footage, please get it to Candace before it gets deleted. I would imagine if he is right, that footage is deleted. But that would still be a clue if it was deleted. So yeah, if you work for the Candlewood Suites Hotel at the military base, could you check that footage, please, for us on September 8th? More tips at CandaceOwens.com is who you can send that tip to. What you doing staying at the Candlewood Suites Hotel? I'm sorry, that's an old hip hop song. I'm out of control. I'm sorry, guys. This is a new strand of Candace 19.
It's a new strand of something, all right.
It is.
It's a new strand of
absolutely
something, yeah.
Resistant, even to the backs. So, anyways, you guys, we're gonna keep going, Max. And
All right.
I am.
She's done. All right. Y'all. Wow. I don't even know. It is kind of amazing. I have to admit. By the way, I'm going to read these supers, and we're going to clean the palate because I feel like we probably need to cleanse ourselves, right? So I'm going to end with a video from a friend of the channel, Mr. Storybox, and he pulled up something pretty interesting about the infamous bees. You remember the bees when they popped up on the screen, when they popped up on the scene? Well, he found something interesting. I'm going to pull it in a second. Let me get this ready for us. We got it ready, Jason. Y'all, thank you so much for supporting the channel, y'all. I'm in the process of redoing the studio. My sign came yesterday, and it was broken. It came in the mail, and it was broken. So I'll send y'all a picture of it in a moment. What is Grind Princess said this with the 20. I know for sure Erica's a Christian because Gen Z, me, would give Candace these hands, and fruit by the foot George could catch strays too. Shout out to her being a Christian and you too. Let's keep this going. Irene, thank you so much for the 5. It's astounding that she's still trying to act like she's on Charlie's side. TPUSA must disassociate itself from Tucker today. If they don't, it's on them. I really don't understand it at this point. I want to say thank you so much. Welcome, Rhonda, brand new member up in here. Shout out and welcome to you. I can't believe she's been doing this for 3 months. Thank you so much for the $2. And I can't either, Vanessa. I can't. Curtis said this. I don't agree with deplatforming people, but garbage Owens should not be allowed anywhere near an internet feed. Yeah, I think we need to. I think we're doing exactly what needs to happen. Thank you for the $50 super for sure, Curtis. I think Candace and Cantifa do not like being treated like they're not serious, because they're not serious. So by taking them seriously and running around like, oh, they've got these plots, but that's what they want. Making fun of them is not what they want. And I think we're doing the right thing by making fun of them. And let me know. If y'all think I'm wrong, please let me know. But I'm going to still do it. Shout out for sure. Thank you so much. Neela with the 2 says this. Candace wanted to be his wife, and he chose Erica. Anybody see the lie? I don't see it. Thank you so much, Sylvia, for the $5. No question, no comment. Just pure love of the game. Thank you so much for supporting. And who is this? Your name is Jason. Shout out to you with the 5. Says, no law enforcement does not put out info from a case to some crazy nut job. The fact that even Tucker Carlson said that as if what he was saying made sense, that's going to have to be studied by science. She's a scorned woman, period. It will come out in trial. She's nuts. I don't understand. Like, why do you even think that makes sense? Shout out for sure. Thank you very much. And we got another 5 right here. She said Erica didn't have time to deal with Candace, but Candace just used the same exact reason for why she couldn't be on live studio with TPUSA. Y'all are not letting this woman get away with this stuff. Y'all not gonna let her get away with it. And I'm here for it. I'm all for it. What does Bernie say here with the 5? Pretty sure Candace's husband left her and took the kids, right? I'm just asking questions. Where's George? Where is George? George, apparently he's a producer, like somehow integral in her podcast. Apparently, I'm like, that's what she says allegedly. Thank you so much for the 10 right here. Saw you on Gary's Live. Had to find your channel. I'm still waiting for the B's and the halves and the valves connections. Let me tell you something. I just knew last night she was gonna bring up those doggone valves. But hey, thank you so much for hanging in there, by the way. I'm about to talk about the B's. There you go. So hey, it's like Christmas up in here. We're gonna talk about the B's in a second. The B's. The fact that we say B's so much. Matter of fact, put some B's in the chat. I got some B's. Put some B's in the chat. Like just the fact that we talk about it like that's a normal thing. We had somebody on the chat that was like a beekeeper and like a hive and stuff like that. Where's some bees? Where the bees at? There they go. You got some honey. Put some bees and some honey up in there. I'm like, the fact that we talk about this, I think we're doing the right thing. I think we're doing the Lord's work by making fun of her. That's it. Charlie Kirk wrote a whole book telling people to follow Sabbath. This demonstrates that she was not as close to Charlie Kirk for a while. Shows her lack of relationship with Charlie. Doggone it. Oh, Phantom, I do not like you. I do not like not liking somebody in the best live chat. How did I miss that? Darn it, I hate that. I'd miss that. That is so doggone on the nose. I'm really mad, man. Darn it, how did you get that past? The man wrote a book about the Sabbath, man. He wrote a whole book about it. But he was texting her saying he was hating Jews. He was about to convert to Catholicism. He was texting her. Y'all, Phantom, I'm putting you in 0-second timeout. Right now. Now you out. Today, while drinking my mocha, the decoration on top turned into Charlie. And he told me the Starbucks, which he loved, was involved. Wow. Well, then we need to investigate. Following this logic, you need to call the FBI, call the NAS, counterterrorism, and tell them that. Because that's more evidence than anything else. Thank you so much, Ninja, for the $5 super. Stay away. Hey, what did you have in that mocha? It's our little secret. We know you had something in that mocha. Phantom came back. Y'all, Phantom again. Phantom, thank you for the 5. Difference between Erica and I think you're trying to say Candace, is why no one, I'm sorry, E and O. Okay, there we go. Thank you. I'm sorry. This is enlisted and officers is why. No one in the military would confuse an OJTTF officer are typically not on military bases. Okay, shout out. That whole story is just so lame. That's so lame. And really, let me just say this. The whole story of this mystical, magical person sending her this email and him having all these facts and so forth. Doesn't that sound just like the 920 email? Don't that sound just like the person that did all that research about the Egyptian planes? It just seems like so coincidental that she has these people pop up out of nowhere, giving her so many facts that drive so much of the story. Interesting. It just seems to me like a lot of this is made up. Thank you for that, man. Thank you, Phantom. Lily right here with the 5. I'd like to see how Brandon Tatum, I believe you say, is going to react to her today's show responding to Erica, since he claims that he's a big supporter of Erica. You know what? I'm done with Tatum. I don't care what happens to Tatum, because he is today, if you didn't know, I was able to interview Raquel Leah, who is the young lady that interviewed Brandon Tatum, and then he asked her to take down the video because he found out who her dad was. She is a wonderful, wonderful young lady. And if the mods could drop the link to that video in the chat, it was a fantastic conversation. And all while I was listening to this young lady, I'm like, this dude had an opportunity. And she was a big fan of Brandon Tatum's. She was really a super fan of Brandon Tatum. I'm like, dude, you spit on a super fan like this? Like, dude, no, you get nothing from me. Nothing. So Brandon Tatum can go kick rocks. I don't care. I don't care. People telling me that they unsubscribe to him. You do it. I unsubscribed to him a whole long time ago. I stopped messing with Brandon Tatum. He bends over backwards to just do some crazy stuff. So, yeah. So anyway, thank you, Captain Jacks, for the 10. We need to send this show to Pam Bondi and Christy Noam. I am sure they would be interested in Candace was given national security information by someone in the military if she tries to destroy it. Jail. Interesting. Okay. I did not think about that. I mean, truth be told, I think what she's saying is complete buckus. I think, sadly, I think she's being played by a prankster. I think somebody's pranking her. Maybe it's what's that group? 4chan, or what was that? There was a hacking group that would do that type of stuff. All it would take is like 4 or 5 people to coordinate and really in a good chat GPT and a good VPN. And they could wreak havoc on her because she doesn't test this stuff. She doesn't check it. But so I don't know, man. Maybe this stuff is true. Maybe it's Anonymous. That's the name of the group. I saw somebody just put it on the chat. The group is named Anonymous. And they would just they were hackers. They were nuisance hackers. And they would do a lot of bad stuff. Are they wiping up the bases nowadays? I don't know. Are they wiping on the base nowadays? I don't know. But I want to say thank you so much for the $2 super. Let's get this done. Phantom says this again. No phones are allowed in SCIFs, and you cannot walk into an SCIF without proper clearance. Meetings and FCRS are held in rooms, not out in the open. That's what I'm saying. Like, the story didn't make sense. It sounded like there's a lot of, sure, he might have sent you some pictures of some badges. He might have sent you some quote unquote clearances, but he's not even in the military. He just walks into a base. He just walks into a building with all these big wigs in it. Okay. Sure. Makes sense. Linda says this with the 5. I wonder if Charlie had any ideas Candace did him this much. I don't know. I don't think he did. I think he would be really surprised at how much she despised him and what he was doing. Thank you so much for the 2. Vanessa says this. St. Andrews is in Scotland. Yeah, she did say that. She said St. Andrews. I'm like, why did you say that? But I'm not trying to pick on just all of her little foibles. Thank you so much, The Real KC, with the 5. It's extremely common to see 06 on any military base. Not common to see 5-star admiral or general. Even then, that doesn't mean VIP is on base. She's just making up stuff, man. She's just running because she doesn't esteem the military. So if somebody tells her something, she's going to just run with it. And even listening to her producer talk about the airplane and when the airplane changes its identification tag, how do you know that's true? Maybe it is, but it just seems suspect. Phantom again, if there is a SCIF on a military, most of the military will have zero clue why the SCIF is there or what group meets there. Like, they changed the whole building to an SCIF. Okay. So the whole building is called Top Secret, Nobody Knows That We're Here building. Okay. See, Candace didn't do any research. I hate it. Alex, I hate it. She didn't do it. Thank you so much for the 1790. This is a bird. Right? Is it a bird? Is it a plane? Bees? No, it's Pam Bondi. She's cold reading again, guys. Hide your kids. Hide your wife. There's bees in the Mormon shirts, in the maroon shirts. Shout out. I got to get those poems ready, too. I got 2 days. The SCIF is literally on every base. This guy has been out for a while. What ID did he take? I'm sorry. Do you think he used technology is different? No way possible. He just walked in with a VA card or retirement card. That's what I'm saying, Ruben. Thank you for the 10. That story did not mesh. And I'm sure she was getting eviscerated. That's probably why she's so mad about the mockery and laughter and such, because what she said made no sense. And I'm not even in the military. And that thing would have made, if somebody called me about that, I'd be like, hold on. I got to find some third and fourth and fifth people to confirm this, because that just didn't even make sense to me. Like, he just walked on the base. And how convenient the guy that found that deep tunnel between Mexico and the United States just so happened to have all this happen to him. How convenient is that? How did the guy use his VA card if he changed his name? That's a good question. See, Susie, thank you for the 5. See, y'all, that's why Candace was so mad. Candace was super pumped this episode. She was rattled by Erica. Her behavior shows it. Crusty Candace was never going to stop, even if she was asked to. Thank you so much, Kathleen, for the 5. And I agree with you 1,000%. Thank you so much with the 5 here. Pretty sure Cash said several times they were investigating those messages written online right before Charlie died, Tucker. I thought so too, but I couldn't remember where I heard that, but I do think I've heard that. I do agree with you, rather. Chadwick Boseman is buried in a small church cemetery in Anniston County, South Carolina. Thank you so much for the $5 super. Just a small, quiet place, and nobody's probably even worried about him. I'm way behind, but it seems Candy made Jay Witt forget all about bingo. You know what? I was playing it, but I didn't bring it up on the screen. Hold on. I cheated my butt off too. Hold on, let me bring this in. I cheated my tail off. Oh yeah, I did. All right. By the way, so all I needed was bots in France and leak, calling an expert a liar. I tried to warn you, and what is it? I don't know, but I know, whatever. I need to change that one. I need to definitely get rid of that one altogether. But yeah, I got bingo 1, 2, 3. Hold on. I said 5 ways. I didn't get it 5 ways, y'all. 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's not going to work. That's not going to work. I'm going to go with, let me see. In the chat, which words y'all need? I see lots of smiley faces. I need a word to show up. Let me see what you got. Let's see. France. Somebody needs France? You got it. All right. Okay. 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. I need one more. I got a lot. Okay. She did say France. You know what? You're right. She did say France. Now that I think about it, I wasn't paying attention. Oh, there we go. I see bot. Boom. There we go. Oh, man. I hate losing a bingo, man, especially when I'm cheating. Charlie Kirk is not Jesus. The disrespect is unacceptable. Thank you, Phantom. But Candace doesn't care because Candace is not a Christian, y'all. She's not. And I'm not even trying to get into the Protestant Catholic argument. I'm not there. I'm saying that Candace is not a Christian. Like, even go back and watch how she tells that story. You can tell, like, there's no respect. There's no reverence. She's almost spitting the words out. I mean, let's keep it going. No random retired person is wandering into an SCI. I can't roll up in there. I can't roll up in there. Oh my God. She said random person. She is so upset. But Monday is more. Okay. Here's a thought. Let me get done with these, Jason. I'm almost to the bottom. Y'all have been blessing your boy. Thank you. I'm going to get to the bottom. I'm going to tell you what I think is going to happen Friday. Okay, I'm going to read fast. French Foreign Legion is equal to normal infantry. Thank you so much, man, Phantom, for the 2. Thank you so much, my friend. Candace telling Erica that she should either be a widow or be a CEO, but not both is rich coming from. Y'all are wild. Thank you so much. That is a great point. That's what I'm saying. This is the best live chat. Thank you for the 5, Kathleen. Yellow screams this. Candace is starting to look and sound like the Martian leader from Mars Attack movie. Ack. I'll have to look that up. I can remember what it looked like, but now I haven't seen it in years. Thank you again for the 2. I hope Harry does come online. And it is Crowder. Yo, would that not be insane? Oh my gosh. If Crowder comes out and says, yo, I've been feeding Candace fake information for 5 months. I've been feeding her fake information about Brigitte, and now I've been feeding it about Charlie, and this is and like proves it. Oh my gosh, that would be some must see. Yeah, I'm actually praying that actually happens. I really like your show. Couldn't watch without you all. Feel so bad for Erica. Do you think we could all get together and show our support for her somehow? Thank you, Jessica, for the 5. I'm going to suggest that if you want, buy Charlie's book, give it as a gift, or go to TPUSA and buy some merch. I think those are some tangible things that get out of the warehouse. Like, it's not just now, of course, sending a donation means something too, but it's like something that was in the warehouse is no longer in the warehouse. We had 100,000 shirts. Now there are none there. We had 100,000 books. Now they're all gone. That means a lot because it means something is moving and things are going. People in the warehouse are working, this, that, and the other. So in my opinion, buying books, buying merch is probably a great way. And of course, if you want to donate to them, that would be my 2 cents. We were going to do something called, what do we call it? Freedom Friday. We were going to all go online and buy shirts on one Friday. And I was thinking we were talking about the Friday before Christmas so we could have them in the new year. But I kind of forgot about it because, I'll be thinking too fast. Let's keep this dance going. Eternal says this with the 5. Candace Owens will be vouching for Tyler Robinson appeal case after his conviction. You know this. You know it. She going to be right there, first one trying to file an appeal. She going to file appeal. She ain't even his attorney. Thank you so much for the 5. Let's all use the tip email report. She should look into a member of the Yellow Jackets, specifically someone named Misty that lives in Jersey. But you told us already, man. I got to take this off the screen. That would be hilarious. Look, I'm not above it. I don't support it, but I can't not say that I have not done it. I don't know how you live stream this wacko every day. Not good for your mental health, my guy. Look, I do it with y'all. Let me tell you, if it were by myself, it would be a wrap. It would be a wrap. It's with y'all. That's the only reason I do it. That's the only way I do it. Truly. If it wasn't for y'all, I wouldn't be doing this. I'm being 100%. Okay, keep going. Captain with the 2. Erica is an expert on Charlie. Erica was the expert on Charlie, and she's calling Candace a liar. Shout out for sure. And then lastly, Grind Princess with the 20. Didn't Motormouth Candace say only fruit by the foot, George? And that's she's getting butchered by that. I'm sure she's on Twitter getting drugged for that, and they need to. What's the name of Charlie's book again? It is called Stop. Here, I'm going to drop the Amazon link because I had it right here in front of me. It's called Stop in the Name of God. Why Honoring the Sabbath Will Transform Your Life. And there it is. I just dropped the link for it again. All right, we made it to the end. All right. I want to bring in just real quick. I want to talk about Storybox. He had an interesting take on the bees. And I thought this was interesting. I want to bring it in. This will be our clean our palate, get something, as we end the day. Let's get out of here. Let me bring him in. First of all, how about this, Jason? Get you over here and let's go. Green hearts in the chat when you can hear.
Guys, I've been having some very crazy and wild dreams, and they're very much apocalyptic in nature. And they're telling me things about bees, about kids in maroon shirts, about wildfires, about countries being involved in assassination attempts. It's given me a very unsettling sort of feeling. I'm unnerved by it all. I've had just so many of these very anxiety-driven dreams, and I don't know what to do with them all. I mean, the governments of today, the weather, fires, tsunamis, earthquakes, everything is just, it's all connected. So I'm very unsettled by this, guys. So I just wanted to let you all know about this, that moving forward, that everything that I say is going to be based off of my dreams. So you can rely on my dreams, guys, because they're dreams, but they are actually the truth. They're telling me everything that is about to happen in the world. They told me that Charlie Kirk was about to be assassinated, but yet I did nothing to try and stop it, nothing to protect him. But I felt it was going to happen. I felt the winds of change, guys. That's what I was feeling 3 months ago. And these dreams, I was so utterly concerned for someone that I claimed was my good friend that I did nothing to help him. And I just realized that after his death, it was big. And I then set out to do my very best to destroy everything that he tried to work for and all of his friends. And the dream told me, guys, that he was betrayed. The dream revealed that Charlie was betrayed. And the world is about to end tomorrow too. Yeah. Bull frickin' shit, woman.
Whoa.
That's exactly, guys, the kind of spiel that Kenny Owens just did. I think it was yesterday's show. A very doomsday style, unhinged rant. You guys need to see this if you haven't already. Have a watch. Hey, everyone, real quick. I just want to let you all know of my brand new business called Kept Natural and my first ever product, Kept Naturals After Sun Care Gel. It's available right now. The link is available in the show description. It's a brand new, first of its kind, all natural and organic After Sun Care Gel. You can use it before, during, and after, and it helps assist your skin in feeling the best it's ever been. And also when it comes to being in the sun or even just having dry skin, this is the product that you need and want. Believe you me, I developed it for people that are struggling with their skincare or just need an added boost of their skincare. And I also designed it specifically to help you guys feel absolutely incredible. Your skin will love you, so get it right now. Link is available in the show description. For the first 20 people that get their hands on this, shipping is free. It's for Australia only. I have to preface this by saying that Australia only at this time, and then hopefully it'll become international. So why wait right now?
Now, I've been telling you guys, I have been having a lot of dreams, and the dread that Charlie felt in 2018, I have been feeling. I felt it leading up to Charlie's assassination. I pulled my children out of school. I was having this dreams and visions about bees and organization that was happening in America. I have a sense of dread that a lot of these events that are happening, these inexplicable events like the Malibu fires, these sort of coastal events, the Texas floods, that this is not happening by accident, okay? I have a feeling of a sense of dread that the Fed is taking from Americans, are heading toward war, okay? I'm going to share that. I feel that we are headed toward war, that they want war by any means necessary, and that you need to be, wherever you are in the world, into that, okay? We can't be stupid this time. We cannot believe what the media is telling us. We cannot believe what the governments are telling us. We cannot believe whatever it is, whatever attack that's going to happen, and we're going to be told that it was this guy. We have to start to recognize the pattern of things, okay? The predictive model of this is my red line, then the red line gets crossed and people are denying it. And what happens? Christians are mass slaughtered every single time, propagandized Christians in the East to hate Christians in the West. And there's just less of us by the end of it. And these things tend to happen, world wars, when they want a reset because people start waking up. And so I just wanted to express that to you, that I feel that we are reaching that brink right now. And you need to prepare for that. And feels like an almost inevitability. It feels like something's coming. And I know that you probably sense that dread too. I pulled my children out of school. I was having this dreams and visions about bees. Also, I've been telling you guys about Beekeepers Natural, immune supporting substance that bees make to protect their hives. So head to beekeepersnaturals.com and enter code Candace at checkout.
They want war, guys. That's what they want. Now, I don't know about you, but the people that are calling for peace and for unity within the conservative and the Republican movement, they apparently want war. but yet you're causing and sowing division with your crazy accusations and your crazy lies. So we're led to believe that you don't want war, and yet you're the one that is stirring the pot, as it were. Trump, his base, or people that are actually Christian and they live like that, their fruits have revealed that. They don't want war. They don't want division. They're trying to fix all the division that you've bloody well caused, woman, with your outlandish claims, with your lies, because that's what lies do. They sow division. They destroy. The truth heals and repairs. You're doing no such thing. But, oh, ladies and gentlemen, how can we rely on Candy Owens? We can rely on her because she dreams. She dreams big, guys. Big time. Apocalyptic style. She has these kind of dreams about bees too, and bee-style cults. Maybe that's actually her cult. We should call her the Candy Owens Master Queen Bee. Kind of resembles that in a sense, doesn't it? Like when the bee queen is ever attacked, her minions come to her defense. Is that buzz off, man? That's kind of like how she's responding, but her incredibly unhinged doomsday rant, apocalyptic style, that's based off of dreams. The Fed, man, the Fed is responsible for everything. They're trying to take over. They really want war. They're going to stop at nothing to bring it. I recognize the pattern of things. I've recognized a great pattern with Candy Owens. Lie, conspiracy theory, ignore anyone that calls out the lie and the conspiracy theory, create another lie and another conspiracy theory and keep it all going. Keep the trend going. Don't tell the truth. Forget that. We don't do that nowadays. We just continuously lie. But notice the pattern, right? Don't believe anything you hear except for what I say. Because what I say is truth. I am the arbiter of truth, guys. I control everything. I see all, I know all, and I am all. Sound a little bit godlike, cult-like to you? Don't trust the Fed. Don't trust the government. Don't trust anyone but me. Imagine if I did that. I think many of you would just leave and say, nah, see you later, Jay. I'm done. I wouldn't blame you. Because, hey, that's culty. I don't even like cults, man. I hate them. Can't stand them. And guess what? Candace has created the biggest one of them all. And people are lapping it up. I think I'm waiting for the day when people like actually wake up and realize that they were part of a cult. They need to understand this woman ain't well. She's not well at all. I was having dreams about bees and beehives. And don't worry, guys, I'm going to tell you about how you can get 30% off your order when you get Beekeepers Naturals. Oh, my goodness, man. You just can't make any of this stuff up. You really can't. Except when it's an ad, you definitely can. Like, it's all bull, isn't it? Like, she is as fake comes. Nothing real about her. Nothing. You guys can say what's real. I'd love to know, because I don't see anything that's real with her. It's truly, truly something else, isn't it? Anyway, that's enough from me. Candace, you and your husband, why are you gay? Oh, no. It's happening. Oh, no. What happened? That's enough for me, guys. You take care. Be blessed. I'll see you all
Take care,
in the
Jay.
next video.
All right. Jay is a mess. Okay. That was hilarious. But isn't that interesting? I didn't notice that because we don't watch her ads, but she actually has an ad for a bee pollen product. Is that not weird? Is that not weird that she was talking about bees and she did an ad? I might have to go back and watch that. I might have to go back and double check that. That is wild that she has an ad for beekeepers, whatever, and she talks about bees. That's wild. Y'all, thank y'all so much for rocking with us. I appreciate you. Last one out the door. Candace Heard Amber Owens. That is fun. Isn't her middle name Amber? I think it is. Hold on one second. Sorry about that. Had me sneezing over here. Got your boy sneezing. Everybody, thank y'all so much, man. This was a lot of fun. Everyone is live today. What do you mean? Somebody said everyone is live today. There's a lot of people doing lives on Wednesdays. I know that. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate y'all. All right, y'all good people. I'm gonna get ready to get up out of here. I hear them in there having a good time. I don't know. My daughter wanted to watch a movie of some sorts. I hear my wife and them. They're having a good time in that living room. So I'm gonna go crash on the couch with my wife and my kid. Now I might jump on my phone, so don't worry, mods. I'll still be around. But everybody, thank you so much. If you don't mind, please make sure you tip your waiters on the way out the door. Green hearts, all that kind of good stuff. Hit the like button if you didn't already. If I earned it, can you go ahead and subscribe? Help your boy hitting his goal of 100,000 by April. I'm looking forward to doing this again tomorrow. Oh my gosh, we gotta do it again tomorrow. Ay. Green hearts on the way out the door, everybody. Have a blessed night. I'll see you real soon. Grace and peace. Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of the Jay Whitt Podcast. If you enjoyed today's show, please do me a favor and hit me up with that 3-piece special. Like the video, subscribe, and of course, share it with somebody who would also enjoy this type of content. And make sure you leave a comment because I do pin the best comments to the top. So thank you so much for tuning in today. And until next time, everybody, grace and peace.